likes to get really low on that last step, and he's got a variety of scoop shots that can go underneath the defender's arms.
Oh, wow! James behind the back. Russell off the window plus the foul.
And the vision and the timing, and then just puts it in that window that's perfect for D'Angelo Russell on that cut. So all he has to do is catch and finish.
13 off the bench for Russell on 5 of 8 shooting. James waiting. 5 to shoot. James behind the back again. Russell cutting. Another highlight.
On D'Angelo Russell's left arm. Official right there. Easy one for him.
James fires. That's his of his career. James dives in and banks it home. Presented by State Farm. LeBron James doing a little bit of everything tonight, Legs.
Yeah, and he didn't really get out of the
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B League and A Johnny. Y'all know we go live every Sunday noon to talk the GOAT conversation and to talk about the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James. Thank you for joining us on another great Sunday afternoon. As y'all know, we do it like none other. This is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Y'all make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that membership also, become a member of the channel, support what Brandon and I do. As y'all know, we love the game of basketball, and as we've been seeing lately, we've been seeing great basketball from LeBron James and the NBA in general. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us as we will be discussing whether or not LeBron James has been proven he's been the GOAT all along. GOAT James has been doing his thing, and we got our normal panelists here as usual. Shout out to King John. What's good, brother?
What's up, everybody? What
All
up?
right, we got T Perfect in the building as well. What up, T Perfect?
Yo, shout out.
All right, and as usual, you know who I am, ladies and gentlemen. I'm A Johnny, the Exposer. We got my boy B Lee in the building. B Lee, what we got for these folks today?
What's good, everybody? So I know everybody been watching the season. Most people are just stuck on watching the Lakers anyway, trying to hate on LeBron, but that's what they always do. But let's just take a look at what LeBron James has been doing this year alone. Right now, year 24, LeBron just been playing amazing. Shooting 51%, 43% for the from the 3-point line. His efficiency is ranked number 7. I guess NBA.com has a player impact efficiency. He's number 7 in that. Assists, points created by assists. He's 3rd this year, 2nd most triple doubles, 3rd in assists, 5th in value over replacement, 12th in PER, and 9th in defensive rebounds. This was what this guy is doing right at this moment. Early in the season, year 22, still playing like a top 10 player, which, you know, we all stated this earlier in the year. What he's doing in the fourth quarter, his numbers are even better in the fourth quarter. He's shooting close to 52%, 55 from the 3-point line. He has the most. He averaged the most defensive rebounds in the fourth quarter, 2nd in assists, 3rd in total rebounds. Like I said, 1st in defensive rebounds and 8th in points. Even when it's clutch time, shit goes up even more. 66.7%, 60% from the 3-point line when it's clutch time. We saw what LeBron did last game when the game was getting close, nailing threes into the game. I mean, these are already the oldest players to achieve things. What he's done right now: 39 points, 6 3-pointers in the game, 25 points with 0 assists, 25, 10, 0, 30 and 10, 30, 10 and 10, 35, 10 and 10, 20, 12 and 12. Like, he's the oldest players to do this. This is nothing spectacular, but this is something that someone in year 20 should not be doing. 4 consecutive triple doubles, a 16 assist triple double, a 16 rebound triple double. Like the things that LeBron James is doing, we can't really explain other than I don't think he is the greatest athlete we have ever seen in sports history. The greatest athlete we've seen. Like what this guy doing is amazing. Then when we go on to the oldest player to get those 4 straight triple doubles, he did it in a multitude of ways with the high. All these were wins as stated. 35-point triple double, 16 rebounds, 16 assists, triple doubles, just things that someone should not be doing. This Jokic is doing this right now, and he's the best player in the NBA. Like he's doing what Jokic is doing. LeBron should not even be in the NBA at this moment. He really should be in the NBA. There's no reason why someone at this age should be in the NBA doing this. And he already set a few in-game things that we have never seen before. He's the only player to have 15 plus points, 5 plus assists, 5 plus rebounds while not missing a shot in any quarter. No player has done this in NBA history. And LeBron James did that this year, year 22. Even though he was doing crazy things in year 2021, he's first 13 games, he's back to where he was at last year. And then versus Philly the other night on the 8th, he did other things that no one has done in the game. And then he also did the same thing versus Memphis. So this is the third time he did something that no one has done in a game in 13 games. And then we got one more, I believe. No, I believe that's all. Yeah, he did. Yeah, 3 things already this season that no one's done in 13 games. So, like we said, LeBron James, it seems like for LeBron, how he's playing, how dominant he is, and when he was early in his career, when we were saying like around year, I think 2012, Magic Johnson was talking to LeBron James. He said, like, the way you're playing, you might end up as the greatest player of all time. So LeBron James has been doing this for over a decade straight. He was doing that 10 years prior. And after 2012, another 10 years, he's doing the same thing prior. I know we always bring up Jordan fans to basically come and tell us why Michael Jordan is a GOAT. They could barely hold it together for 3 minutes of explaining why Michael Jordan is a GOAT. I know me and Johnny have this secret weapon that we could go on for over an hour explaining why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I mean, why LeBron James is the GOAT. So there is literally no instance of any game where we could say that the history that LeBron is not the greatest player of all time. He is the greatest winner of all time, most accolades of all time. I mean, any way you want to spice it up, there's no one who can compare to LeBron James. When we're talking about basketball, we're talking about everything. We're just talking about the history of basketball. There has never been a player as great as LeBron James. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it off to you, John. How do you put this season into context to showing how great LeBron James has been playing?
This year shows you how much coaching matters when playing basketball. JJ Redick is running the offense through Anthony Davis. But what he's doing with LeBron is playing point guard. So he's initiating the offense, giving the ball to Anthony Davis. Everything is going through Anthony Davis. Him scoring, him passing, and everything. But what he's doing with LeBron that's so different this year, they're doing down screens. They're cutting LeBron to the basket. And what's happening there when he's cutting to the basket, it forces your defense to either to recover and leave the shooters wide open or get him an easy basket. And what LeBron is getting this year, he's getting at least 6 to 8 points of easy baskets. But what they're doing with the offense is aimed towards him to get close to 20 points of easy basket. But it's happening so much that it's forcing your defense down and allowing the shooters open. So shooters are getting off. LeBron is having a very efficient season. He's playing, I think, his third least minutes. His user rate is low. and he's having one of his best seasons. His jump shot is effortless now. If you just watch the man on the basketball court, there's no place on the court where he doesn't feel comfortable anymore. He's comfortable all over the court. And there's nothing nobody can do to stop. The only person who can stop LeBron James today is LeBron James. And I love the way they're using him. I've never seen him off the ball look the way he's looking right now. It's amazing. It's surprisingly, I mean, why nobody did this earlier with him off the ball? He doesn't need the ball to score. And you noticing that this year. Coaching matters. And this season shows even more that how much coaching matters with him being efficient. Hey, I watch the game with the sound off. I don't watch the game with sound on. So when I'm watching the game, I don't like the commentators because they don't teach you basketball in the first place. They just teach you narratives. So I watch the games with no sound on. So I get to actually watch the game and I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I mean, he's just different. And I mean, did you see these games? When he needs to go one-on-one, I mean, the fifth factor is there. He's LeBron James. So, hey, the silencer came out yesterday, so I don't need to see nothing more. LeBron is explaining everything we need to hear.
All right, Travis. Go put into context how you feel LeBron is playing and basically how great that he's playing right now compared to his career.
I mean, well, remember, like at the beginning of the season, this is what we said needed to happen, right? Like we need to say like the offense needed to run through AD primarily because you just what it can do in the post. He has a variety of ways he can score, both posting up like high-low block. He has a reliable jumper. He's quick still, and so I mean they've been doing exactly that, and he's been dominant. LeBron has been. Again, like it's exactly like we talked about. He's getting his teammates involved. He's averaging like 23. He's almost averaging triple-double, like 8 and 9 or whatever it is, and he's very efficient, both on all three levels right now. And so when you have two players who are, again, very locked in, especially and LeBron's actively looking to go with that coaching style where, again, they're playing inside-out ball. They're doing a lot of maneuvers with their shooters, and they're getting a production other places too. Like they have like 5 or 6 players in double figures right now for the season. And I mean, Austin Reeves is almost averaging 20 points a game. That's what you need on a consistent basis. They were losing a few games there like a week ago, because like they were a little bit inconsistent like with their second unit, like with their bench play defensively. But I mean, they straightened it out. It looks like, but as long as they're playing efficient ball, there's movement. You don't really have a great way to defend it because they have a dominant big man and they have LeBron James who can score from the perimeter now. He can also post up. He can do whatever you need to. He's super versatile, especially now. I mean, it's crazy. Like, obviously we'll go over this and, it's year this and that. But right now, like, I'm just like, at this point, I'm just going to be like, I'm not going to care about the year. I'm just going to be like, what's he going to do to help the team win? And right now he's being a fantastic facilitator. Obviously it's still early. I can't wait till the All-Star break to see where we're at. Then we can have like a true discussion. But right now he's leading the team. Basically from the front. He's doing exactly what they need to do to win. And like King John said, it's all about the coaching. It's all about the team buying in and kind of, working out their flaws. But again, he's playing fantastic. So is AD. I think AD is an early MVP candidate, obviously, top 5 at least. So much to Johnny's chagrin. But we'll see how that goes. How can you say no, Johnny? He's easily a top 5 player right now.
Yeah, he just always
because he got the GOAT. He's playing with the GOAT. And I'm going to explain it very shortly. I do what I do best, man. I hear y'all talking AD. I know, I hear it. They all MVP, AD. I know. I don't know. I don't know. Tonight's show isn't about AD, whether or not he's been proving himself to be the GOAT the whole time. I know it's about LeBron. I don't know where AD came in at. I don't know why we got to talk about Anthony Davis when LeBron's out here balling. He's about to win Player of the Week the way he's playing basketball right now. This man dominates the game of basketball like nobody we've ever seen in our life. We've never seen nobody do what LeBron does. No player can do the things LeBron James is doing or has done. Nobody. I don't know why y'all be talking like just being so subtle with the shit. This is the greatest shit you ever seen in your life.
No, it's not. Jokic is doing better than LeBron is right now.
For 4 years? Just 4 years? That's it? Just 4 years? LeBron's been doing this for 20.
Has he though? I mean, he's been doing similar stuff.
Years, everything that we're about to talk about today, LeBron's been doing it for 20 years. Plus. Without a doubt. The man is incredible. We've never seen nobody play basketball like LeBron James. He plays basketball to perfection. If you wanted to design the perfect basketball player in a definition in the Webster, you'll have a picture of LeBron James. How can we argue this? What's the argument they have? I would love to hear this. What's the argument? What are you going to argue?
It's not.
What are you going to argue?
I mean, in any category, LeBron is top 5, most likely higher in most things. Any category, really. Like, the guy does everything on the court, and he's continuing to do this. We saw this in the Olympics. I mean, he's doing the same thing now. He's just controlling the game. Just controlling the game.
On both sides of the floor. Not
Nobody
just
talk about defense. I mean, LeBron, one of the greatest defenders of all time, easily top 5. I mean, look at LeBron's career. Easily top 5. The most versatile defender we have ever seen. Defensive records all over the place. Like, there's no one like LeBron James. Even in the Olympics, he took on Jokic in the Olympics.
dominated.
Disrupted their whole offense by taking Jokic out the game. He said, "I'll do anything just to win the game." I mean, the defensive stats that he has sets him apart from everybody, really. But there's nothing that we could say defensively other than what he can't play like he did when he was 25. Like, who can play like LeBron when he was 25 to 30 defensively? There's like less than 5 players.
I mean, some of the top defenders of all time don't have DPOYs. LeBron James, Scottie Pippen, and Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin don't even have a defensive team. I mean, you guys top defenders who don't have a DPOY. So DPOY is an NR and BR for me. So, I mean, him on the defensive side, he is one of the top defenders of all time. I mean, what do you ask for a play on the basketball court that LeBron doesn't do? He passes, he scores, he defends, he rebounds. I mean, what don't he do? I mean, he shows you on the basketball court. If you got an excuse, if you have an argument about LeBron James, just watch the game.
I mean, we saw LeBron at his peak, what he did versus Derrick Rose. The last 2 games, Derrick Rose shot 6% on LeBron James. Derrick Rose said it himself. He could not move when LeBron James switched on.
I don't think I can put him at LeBron as a top 5 defender of all time. I mean,
they got stats right now that say LeBron James versus All-Stars this year, they're shooting 34% from the field versus him and 24% from the 3-point line.
All right.
This year.
Travis, give me 5 players who can guard 1 through 5 successfully.
Oh my God!
Give me 5 of them. I know.
None.
Give me 5 players.
There is no 5.
You cannot.
All right, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. There is 5 players that can guard across the board.
LeBron James.
I don't even know why I try to ask you who. But
I mean, I can make an argument for 5 players, but there's players just because you're saying, oh, this guy can't really stick a point guard. It doesn't really I put Scottie Pippen, he could do that. Probably Draymond in his peak, probably do the Kawhi Leonard, probably do that.
Draymond definitely cannot guard good point guard, a great point guard, a scoring point guard. He definitely did not.
He has done it.
Nor can
Who?
Rodman.
Who?
Did you watch any of like their games from like 2015 to like 2020?
Who?
The
What you
Warriors.
talking about? Who the hell was he? What point
That's
guard?
why
was
they
he
had.
guarding?
That's what they Iguodala for.
What point guard
Iguodala.
was he guarding, Travis? Tell me.
He
So
ain't, he ain't guarding no Chris Paul.
No, LeBron could
Damian
take a
Lillard.
one-on-one. He took Jamal Murray when he was giving everybody 30 plus, 50 points. And
Okay.
when he couldn't guard him no more, the Lakers could win.
And, like,
Year 17?
You're not talking about starting these players and having them stick those guys the entire time.
LeBron can. That's what I'm saying. LeBron
No, he
is the
can't.
only one. Who can
LeBron's
he not-
never been able to guard like power forwards or centers effectively for like the entire game. Like you see him get. Okay, there was times where I saw him even in 09 or even 09 through like 12 or 13 when he was at his peak defensively, he was getting barbecued by guys like Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, great players.
Things like
He
that.
continue
Yeah, great
to
players.
say,
Like-
So is every center and
How
power
about
forward
players
a
who
great
shut them
player?
down?
That's what I'm saying. Is every center and power forward in the
You're making my
NBA
point
a
for
great
me.
player? No, I'm not.
Yes.
He's able to guard the power forwards and centers in the NBA. Just because you want him to guard great
But you
centers,
want
that
him to
doesn't.
shut him down like he did? I mean, you want him scoring a 10? Is that what you're saying? LeBron James could not keep first ballot Hall of Fame center under 10 points. Who the hell can?
Nobody can.
He can guard
That's
them
no point.
successfully.
Okay, I can tell that we're not even going to try to be objective there. It's fine.
What's objective? That is objective.
By saying that.
Move on. It's fine. Move on.
Exactly.
That's like saying
LeBron
that's like
James
saying-
could guard Joakim
Yeah.
Noah. LeBron
That-
James
that-
could guard Paul Gasol. He guarded those guys.
That's-
He was on Tim Duncan. We've seen him do these guys. Come on, get out of here. Everybody's gonna sit here and tell us.
No.
Oh, wait,
Listen.
somebody's gonna sit here and tell
This
me
is-
that
this
Dennis
is
Rodman
really-
shut down Shaq and he never did that. But y'all gonna say he can guard centers because he guarded Shaq and Shaq dominated him.
Of
That's
course.
literally like saying
You're-
Shaquille O'Neal is not
we're
a center
saying-
because Hakeem Olajuwon.
You're making it seem
had
like he
first
can
ballot.
stick his
It's
guys
like
and just
saying
be
that.
like a lockdown guy. You're just saying things.
No,
okay? Like,
he
I'm
can
not-
play
No one's
center
saying-
effectively.
Yes,
He can
not
play center
locked down.
effectively.
No one's
Yes.
No one's locking Shaq or Hakeem down. No one's
Thank
locking
you.
any of these big players down. No
Well,
one's
what the hell
locking
you-
any point guard down. I say
Who
he can
cares
guard
then?
them successfully. He can
What do
be
you
What do you
say?
mean who cares? Because you don't play those centers every night.
Okay,
That's the
exactly.
point. So do you
So,
play the
when
other?
you're talking-
So the other 28 centers, he's effective. If I'm successful 28 out of 30 times, that's not effective.
Yeah, but those centers are the focal point of their offense. Rarely.
It doesn't matter. The NBA has 28, 30 centers. If I'm effective versus over 20 of them, I'm effective. What are you talking about?
Okay.
So
So lots of guys
What
Yeah,
other
yeah.
what other player can be effective over 20 point guards and over 20 centers in NBA history?
I mean, no matter what I say, you're just going to be like,
No,
oh,
name the player.
do that.
Name one other player that can be effective with over 20 point guards by guard them on the perimeter and also be effective as guarding over 20 centers. What other player in NBA history you know can do that?
I'd say if you play today or anytime, I'd say it's probably Scottie
Any
Pippen.
player. Name any player.
I'll take Pippen. Over
Scottie Pippen can't
LeBron
guard
defensively.
centers. Scottie Pippen can't guard
He
centers.
could be
We've never seen
effective
it.
guarding them. He could be effective.
And
Okay,
why?
you know what?
Based
No,
off what?
no.
Based off what?
I
I
guess.
would give him Scotty. I would give him Scotty. Okay, that's one. Who else?
Scottie
You're
shutting down
talking-
Shaq and Akeem?
Oh,
Huh?
those are great centers.
No,
Why
that's
would
what
he
you.
shut
But
them
that's
down?
what you wanted. But that's what you wanted,
That's
right?
not what I wanted.
Okay, that's what I make sure. Because what you guys always do this imaginary shit. I didn't ask you imaginary. Have we seen Scottie Pippen play against center? Did he play against Duckworth? Did he play against Chuck Persons? Did he play
Never-
against Rick Smits? Did he
Never
play
been
against
times.
Patrick Ewing?
Yes,
Did he play against
yes.
any center? Did he play any center? No, we've never
There've
seen
been
him play
times
against
where
any
he's
center. He
always
wasn't on
matched
Vlade
up.
Divac. He wasn't on any of these guys. We've never
Yeah,
seen him
well-
do none of this. So you just want to make shit up.
You're definitely having okay. So I know you haven't watched any footage of him play, obviously. So you know there's been times where he's guarded these players.
He switched on him. He switched on him
Yeah,
before.
100%.
Switched on who?
Switched on him.
Like you're not going to be like he's going
Yeah,
to be
switched
starting
Switched
against
on
Smith.
who?
Like once
All
or
these
twice
players
a
he
series.
did, many more.
Once or twice a series, he might switch on him.
Scottie
Once-
Pippen guarded
once
1
or
through
twice a
4.
series, he
I
might-
give
Yeah,
him
you're
1
right.
through
Scottie
4.
Pippen
He don't
only
have
never
5.
switched on any players. He only guarded his assignment.
Yes,
the
he
entire
never
game.
guarded
He never
no big
switched.
man.
You're right.
Because Shaq will tell you that. Why? The big man's guarding him. They have a big man to guard big men. He played in the
Balls.
1900s. Big men played against big men. That's why Shaq complained. Why am I guarding Scottie Pippen's man? Scottie Pippen ain't switching on to no small man.
He
I'm
said,
no big
why
man.
is Wemby guarding a point guard? Because you're gonna exploit the matchup. Because Shaq know he couldn't do that.
Okay, yeah,
Because
you're right.
Shaq,
today-
know that's not how Shaq said that's not how you're supposed to play basketball. Wemby should not be guarding a point guard. That's what Shaq said. That's what Shaq
Sounds
said.
so fucking. Shut up! You sound so fucking ridiculous right now. Just move on. You guys are.
At least that's what Shaq said. That's all I'm saying. But
Yeah,
we have
and
seen
Shaq is not as stupid as
LeBron.
you right now. Oh my god! Like there was no switching. Scottie Pippen was one of those. Okay,
I said
you
Scottie
believe-
Pippen can. I said Scottie Pippen. That's a Johnny.
God, move on, dude. This sort of ignorance is pissing me off, like even more so than you guys usually do.
I'm just saying LeBron James is the most versatile defender ever.
I give Ralph this. Yeah,
I
and
need this.
KG can probably guard 1 through 5.
KG cannot guard a point guard the whole game.
So that means nobody. So that means nobody can do what LeBron James does. That means no one can do it.
That doesn't make him a better defender.
That makes
I
him a
didn't
versatile
say-
defender.
I said he's the most versatile defender we have
Versatile.
ever seen.
He's the most versatile. He didn't
is.
say he was the greatest.
He
Fine,
is the
fine.
most versatile.
Let's say that. Let's say
defender.
most versatile then.
You know he is, Travis. Like, you know he is. The dude is his wing defensive game and his post defensive game is pretty high. The defensive rebounds is high. The steals are high. He's very versatile.
No,
He's
okay.
very
I'm
versatile.
talking about the
Stats
center
prove it.
on Phoenix. Who's the center on Phoenix? Who's that center on Phoenix, Brandon? What was his name?
I gotta pull it. I know it was. You talking about for the '93 Suns, right?
Yeah, 93 Suns. Was it something? Was it Wesley Persons or what was it?
No,
was
no,
it?
it wasn't.
The Savalas? Was it Dan Marley?
No.
No,
What's
center.
that,
The bum ass centers that
Hold
the
on,
Bulls
hold on,
faced throughout
hold
the
on,
90s.
Let me find it.
Was it
Okay,
Oliver-
it was.
Oliver-
What is his name? I have the picture, but I don't know
Oliver
his name.
Miller.
Jay, give us a second. We're gonna put the link up for everybody shortly here.
Let me see. Let me find it.
Oliver.
No, it wasn't Oliver. Let me see.
I could have sworn it was something Chuck
93.
something.
No, it wasn't. It was Chuck Parsons, like a small.
Not Chuck
profile.
Persons, but it was.
It
I
was
think it's
Mark West.
Mark West. That's what it is. Mark West. My bad. Mark West. That's who it is. Never saw Scottie Pippen switch on to Mark West. Nor
Man, he
Kevin
didn't have to.
Duckworth.
He didn't
Nor
have to
Vlade
because he was that
Divac.
bad.
That's
Nor
interesting.
any one of them bum ass players that played in any one of those 90s as far as the
That's crazy. Don't you watched all the Bulls Suns matchup in '93?
He guarded point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and sometimes he guarded power forwards. Sometimes, depending on the power forward. You might catch him on a Larry Johnson, somebody like that, one of the new guys. But he ain't had to guard no Buck Williams and nothing like that. They didn't have. That's what they had Rodman and Horace Grant for, and Cartwright for, and Purdue, and those were those guys' jobs. That's what it was in the 90s. You guarded your position. You didn't need to be versatile. Scottie was just versatile, and they used him like that. You didn't need to. Jordan himself couldn't guard ones.
You're saying that. Never mind. I'm not even going to comment. Go ahead.
There it is, Mark West.
I mean,
there it is.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about defense? We're gonna talk about defense. We're gonna tell you about defense. You know what? LeBron James led his team in defensive rebounds more times than any player in their history.
Oh, remember, Brandon, those were uncontested.
We're uncontested. And the only person who led more in steals for their team is John Stockton. Like the guy, he's very versatile. Wing and post game. He's very versatile. He's a very versatile defender.
He's exactly what he's supposed to be as a small forward. Versatile. That's why he's the greatest player to play the game. No one could do what LeBron James does. He can do everything on the basketball court. I can show it to you with the eye test, or I can show it to you with the stats. Brandon already broke down the stats.
Yeah,
y'all just don't want to accept it.
I got more and more stats. I got all the stats. I got everything LeBron James has done better than everybody in the history of the game. That's why when I look at the stats, it shows you that LeBron sets himself apart from everybody. He sets himself apart. You could say that he's not, but the stats don't say it. The stats say he is.
Yeah, Sturdy. Just being versatile alone doesn't make him a better defender, but being versatile with the production that he has had in the NBA says he is. That's what it is. Again, it's not
the
just
production are the stats. That's why he's number one in
exactly.
most things.
Exactly.
you just can't guard people and not be number one in everything. Like you cannot be the all-time leader in something, and if you're not productive, simple as that. You cannot be what player leads in something that they're not productive in. The only player that they want to say is LeBron for some odd reason.
Who's the only perimeter defender in the top 10 in defensive win shares? LeBron. I know these are just numbers, advanced metrics. None of that matters. When we go to who's the number one defensive rebounder for perimeter defenders? LeBron James. Who's the only player that
totals.
It doesn't matter. Total. What do you mean totals? Totals matter. That's where you get your numbers from. You don't get nothing without totals. Your average comes from your totals.
Rebounds? How else you supposed to get rebounds? You supposed to just think about it, or you supposed to go get them? You supposed to go get them, I believe.
So if I were to tell you that LeBron is like 14th, 15th among power or small forwards as far as rebounds per game, you'd be like, it doesn't matter. He has more than all those guys are going to talk about, right? You would say that.
Yeah, how many of them have more than him?
Yeah, who has more than
LeBron
James?
See,
no totals.
You just said we get your averages from the
who
totals,
has
right?
more than him in totals? Though? There's a few guys. There's a few. It's small forwards. No, it's Elgin Baylor.
Baylor, yeah.
It's Elgin Baylor. It's Larry Bird. I believe Sean Marion averaged just a little bit over than LeBron as well, but it's not too many players. It's not like as much as Travis said, because Travis just start throwing numbers out there without knowing. We all know Travis is known for that.
No, it's definitely he's not even top 5 small forward as far as rebounds per game goes.
Okay, that's fine. How many of them have played 1,500 game and average over 7 rebounds per game?
Yeah, there we go.
That's a part of it, Travis.
I know it's a part of it, but it's always
they don't have enough rebounds. They don't rebound enough. You have to do it for if it's per game. I'm asking you, did they do it for 1,500 games? Because it's per game, so you have to include the games into the stat. So if they did whatever more rebounds per game, how many games did they do it in? Did they do it in 600 games, 700 games? Is it equal enough to 1,500? That's why it doesn't matter. The games that played and the totals is all that matters. You guys want to wiggle your way out of it. That's what matters. That's how you even got their average, by going off of their totals. They didn't play enough. They didn't do enough. They didn't do what LeBron James did. That's just the fact.
Okay, so you're saying that because Larry Bird didn't play 1,500 games, his 11 boards per game don't count?
It does. It counts as his average, but he doesn't have 11,000 rebounds. He doesn't have more defensive rebounds than LeBron.
Got it. So on an average basis, nightly basis, he was not going to be a better rebounder than LeBron?
No, because on an average nightly basis, it's not 10. That's an average of his career totals. That's not an average of his nightly production. That is an average of his career totals, not of his nightly production.
Sure it is.
Larry Bird did not get 10 rebounds per every game. He didn't do that.
Okay. So while he was playing, we can't do theoreticals. It's always theoreticals with LeBron.
No, why do we have to be theoretical when the numbers are there? The numbers are there.
They play the same thing every time.
The numbers are there.
The most.
Just match him up with Larry Bird, who has more rebounds per game. I don't care about the totals.
LeBron has more. You're the one who don't care about totals.
So you're gonna,
then don't bring up averages. If you don't care about totals, don't bring up averages, because you have no averages without totals.
Yes, we do. Okay.
No, you don't. How do you get? Okay, eliminate Larry Bird's rebounds and the games played. What is Larry Bird's average, Travis?
So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to actually just say, because they haven't played, player A hasn't played as many games as LeBron, it doesn't matter because his totals are way higher.
No.
Yes.
If you haven't reached the numbers he has, because listen, for totals, you want to use the games played. For averages, you don't. Why do you do that? Why are you being so inconsistent, like Brandon says? When we talk about totals, we talk about the amount of rebounds he has. You want to bring up the amount of games played. When we say, okay, let's bring up the averages, but let's also bring up the games played, you don't want to do that. That's very inconsistent. We're not bringing up games played when we say LeBron James has the most defensive rebounds of all small forwards.
So
that's not because of games.
You're just randomly throwing out.
That's a fact. That's an actual number that it exists. He grabbed more rebounds, defensive rebounds, than any small forward in NBA history. That's the numbers. That has nothing to do with nobody else but LeBron James' greatness. That's it.
Okay. So what's your working point? Does
Larry Bird have that? Does Larry Bird have 9,000 defensive rebounds?
He does not.
Okay, then. So then he does not have more rebounds than LeBron James.
Why did you ask that?
I seem to remember travesting my argument with that point that says he does not have the totals LeBron James has, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
If you're
work like
baseline, because you don't have a baseline, you're saying that they have to play what? Like you're saying, 1,500 games. So anything below that is just
I mean, you
doesn't
just
matter. It's
don't have
not because he hasn't played as much as
more.
LeBron.
He doesn't have more.
It's not like you play one or 200 games. These are people who play like 900 games. It doesn't really matter. Like you have to
Don't have
compare
enough.
like what they did.
He
Like
don't
that's
have
why
enough.
having a baseline is so important. At least
He don't
8-9 years.
That's why
don't
LeBron
have
is the
enough.
greatest.
He don't have
That's
enough.
why he's the greatest, because no one can match him. To be the greatest, you have to be better than everybody in certain things. That's
Simple
why he's
fact.
the greatest. Travis.
Exactly. If you think Larry Bird's averaging 10 rebounds per game from 1,500 games, no, he's not doing
Again,
that.
that's also a straw man argument because why would
not-
if
it's
they're
not.
able to play 1,500 games, that means that they're going to be some of the similar things that happen for LeBron are going to happen for them, right? Health,
False.
consistency.
No, false.
I mean, that's why LeBron's the greatest. You
Okay,
prove
I'm
why
not
LeBron's
saying
the greatest.
he's obviously the most consistent player we've ever seen.
No, he's the greatest. He's on top of everything.
But to discount every other player
we're
just
not
because they
discounting
didn't
nobody.
play as
We're
long.
saying he has the
How
most.
is
He has
making
the
LeBron
best.
better than anybody discounting other people? I've never understood why LeBron being better than other people means other people
just
were justly
did it. You just said
discredited.
he's a far
No, I
better
didn't.
rebounder.
I just said he's better than Larry Bird. Defensively, he's better rebounder than Larry Bird.
Than
He's
Larry
better.
Bird. He's better
I
than
know
Larry
he's
Bird.
Larry
He's
Bird.
a better rebounder than Larry Bird just based on
Defensively,
He's better than Larry Bird across the board in a lot of
Defensively, he's better.
categories.
Everything. I mean, that's
He's a better scorer than Larry Bird. He's a better defender than Larry Bird. Better dribbler than Larry Bird.
I mean,
Better passer than Larry Bird.
Yeah. I mean,
Larry
now
Bird could shoot better than LeBron, but he's that's shooting.
I'd say Larry's probably a better passer. Obviously, he doesn't have the same assist numbers, but
he's not. If you go by the numbers, he's not.
I'd say Larry had a higher basketball IQ than LeBron slightly.
No, let's do
no. Anybody can say that. I mean, you can make up anything. But when we go by the facts, it's going to be LeBron. It doesn't matter what you guys would have made up. We go by the numbers. We do. When I say LeBron James, like for instance, every time I say LeBron James is the greatest winner of all time, people look at me crazy. Like, what are you talking about? We have the facts. No one has led more teams to championships than LeBron. No, nobody.
Now you guys stirred up your beehive.
No, but on top of that, Brandon, anybody that's going to argue with us that doesn't have Russell as the greatest winner of all time, obviously can't have an argument. How you going to be mad at us when you don't have Bill Russell? That's the only real argument outside of whatever player you supposedly we like.
Bill Russell has the most titles, but LeBron James led more teams to titles throughout his career. His amateur career, his international career, and his NBA career. There's no one that has led more teams to titles than LeBron James. LeBron James, the greatest winner of all time.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of basketball.
I mean, how many times has Michael Jordan led people to titles, led teams to titles?
Well, he didn't lead nothing.
How many?
None.
We can say 6. We can say 6. We can say when he was an amateur in the Olympics, he did. That could be 7.
Which is not true as well, because Patrick Ewing and other players were heavily contributors to them winning.
I'm going to give him 84. I'm going to give him 84. That's 7. Yeah.
But I mean,
LeBron James. LeBron James. Like he already his amateur career. He's already got 3 state titles and a gold medal as an amateur. He had a FIFA. He led. I mean, if you look at the stats, all 5 of his gold medals, he had the highest game score, the higher efficiency PER. Those 5, and we count the NBA titles. Like LeBron James has led teams more than anybody in NBA history. Nobody has led more teams to titles than LeBron. No one's won more games in a playoffs series than LeBron. LeBron James is the greatest winner we've ever seen, but we don't want to acknowledge that because he lost in the finals, which that's why people put Michael Jordan above Bill Russell, because Bill Russell lost 1 out of 12 times in the finals. There's nobody like LeBron James. Anything you want to say, scoring, defense, winning, impact, anything you want to say, LeBron James is going to be on top. There's no argument for no one else, really.
Whatever you say, man.
He said, whatever we say. You know what?
I'm
We done letting the stats talk for us. We done letting our own words and intellect speak for us as well. What we'll do is we'll let the game film explain to you why LeBron James is the GOAT. Now we're talking about a guy that's 39 years old, his 22nd NBA season, over 60 something thousand points on his resume, 1,500 games, has what like 13, 14, 100 game seasons. Just incredible amongst all things. Shout out to LeBron James King. Thank you for becoming a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. You guys know what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. All we do is talk the game of basketball, and obviously we talk LeBron James. And we're going to put the link up for y'all who want to step up to the plate and try to argue whatever Brandon and I just stated. Travis did a good job, but it wasn't good enough. But at the end of the day, thank you for becoming a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is what we do here. We talk about LeBron James being the GOAT. So y'all let all LeBron fans know, come to GOAT James Kingdom, and we could talk about LeBron being the GOAT and not have to worry about none of these zesty Jeffrey lies and nonsense that people want to bring up that got nothing to do with basketball. Nothing at all. But since they claim that it's about the eye test, right, Brandon? They say it's the eye test this, the eye test that. We were just talking about how LeBron's a great passer, a way better passer than Larry Bird. And we're going to show you some film to do that, all right? So with this film right here, ladies and gentlemen, you can see LeBron James surveying the floor, knowing the play. Beautiful pass. He didn't have to throw it behind his back. He just knew he could do that. That's just a simple play. That's just a simple play, ladies and gentlemen. Look, just here you go. He was doing that since he was in the, since he was 15, 13 years old. That's nothing new to LeBron. Look at it. Let's just pay attention. Just look. Easy baskets. Look, here it goes again. Surveying the floor. He knows the play. He knows what they're doing. He's reading the defense. Look, you're not going to come here? Oh, don't worry. You should have stayed with D'Angelo Russell. You should have stayed with him. That's why he's the greatest basketball player ever. Look at this. Just give him the basketball. He can do whatever he wants with it. Look, matter of fact, I'll just take this jumper here. I added that to my game. Here we go. We got more. They said he ain't got a bag, Brandon. Here we go. And all of that is predicated because LeBron dominates the game with his passing, with his court vision, his IQ. Him understanding when to attack, when not to attack. He can get his shot whenever he wants. He knows this, but he's always been the type of player to get everybody else involved because that dictates what the defense is going to do. Remember, LeBron James has always played in a basketball era that had zone. High school, zone. NBA, zone. FIBA, Olympics, zone. So he's always had to worry about team defenses, not one-on-one coverages, not just me versus my man. Because if it's just me versus my man and it's LeBron, automatic bucket. Automatic bucket. Am I lying or am I not lying? Let's go to you, King John. What do you say about that, King John, about his passing, how he affects the game with his passing and his on-court vision?
I mean, it's second to none. I mean, his passing is crazy. The Play US show, the behind-the-back pass actually made it an easier pass. I mean, it was so on point that when he threw it, it was in the angle in a way that he can get the pass and go right up with it. It wasn't a struggle like he had to come on the other side and pass it, do it right behind the back, direct pass to D'Angelo Russell, right on. I mean, you can't argue his passing. He's such a great scorer sometimes that you want to argue the passing, but then says he's such a great passer, you want to argue the scoring. I mean, he does it consistently. He does both at a consistently high level that you want to argue one against the other. That it's so high that you can't argue that. I mean, the eye test shows it. I mean, everybody says he just wants to pass the ball and then want to argue him passing the ball. I mean, which is it? I mean, he made 2 clutch shots yesterday. He don't do that, right? So he did pass and he shot it in his argument because of who was against. It doesn't make a difference. Everything he does is at a high level. He don't have to be number one to be one of the greatest to do it. He don't have to be number one in assists to be one of the best playmakers in NBA history. I mean, it is what it is to me.
That's fact. I mean, Brandon always been said that LeBron James is a point guard. That's basically what he is, and that's what Brandon always seen in him. That's why Brandon likes him, because Brandon himself plays the big man role or the scorer role, and it's always great to get somebody that can get you the ball at the right spot at the right time. They can catch you at the perfect moment. They know everything you like to do, how you do it. So Travis, you brought up Larry Bird's passing. Are we still going to sit here and just rely on what, the 6.5? So LeBron averages more assists than Larry Bird. That doesn't make him a better passer than Larry Bird?
It doesn't make him a better passer. I mean, he's more, like I said, he's more consistent. I just think that when you watch Larry Bird play, like similar to Magic Johnson and like Jokic, like their just their overall vision is so great. LeBron's like that way too. He's I think LeBron's a top 5 passer of all time. Especially like when you factor in consistency. I mean, there's their ability to like see the plays developing, know where their players are going to go. Just because they have that, they glean that from practice, from the games. Like their knowledge of the game is so complete, they're able to get their players in just positions which defeat any kind of defensive scheme that you're going to run against them, because they've seen it all. Like there's very few players in history, like John Stockton was like that, like Prime Steve Nash was like that, Kidd was like that. Just like the best passers, and like you don't have to have like the most assists per game or ever to like have been a transcendent passer. Like that's just ridiculous. But like LeBron is like that. Like he's, like King John said, like he affects the game. When you affect games with your passing, because like you don't know if they're going to thread the needle or just make it, a very cerebral pass where a guy cuts or is exactly where it should be. That's what LeBron has done. It has done consistently, and yeah, there's no denying he's one of the best passers to ever do it. So I mean, I'm not here to hate on him.
I know you're not. I know you're not. It's fine. Listen, great.
Travis just don't think LeBron James the greatest defender of all time. That's all.
That's fine. We didn't say he was the greatest defender of all time, but go ahead, John.
When people make arguments for Stockton and Magic, I always looked at the argument for Stockton and Magic is because they played with better scores. So Stockton and Magic wasn't the best scorers on their team, so it made them look better as passing. The problem with LeBron, he's the best scorer on the team and the best pass on the team. So it doesn't make it look any better. It doesn't just, the look don't look better because that guy don't have 20 points per game because LeBron is passing. LeBron is passing the ball, and he's still the best scorer on the team as well. So,
but that's the thing. He controls the pace of the game through his ball court vision, his passing, and that's why he passes the way he passes, so that he can use his scoring. Because like I said, he can take a shot whenever he wants. This LeBron that I've been watching with all these triple doubles has always been the LeBron that I've always loved. It's always been the LeBron that I saw back in Cleveland, the first stint in Cleveland. Like he was playing like this the whole time. It just took some time when he realized this is my team. There's no longer any of this thing going on. I know who's going to get their shot, what I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it. That took 2 years. That was it. After the second season, the first season, LeBron was just feeling himself out. The second season, he was like, I'm going to dominate scoring because I'm going to be a scorer.
The second season, he was 27-7.
No, but I'm just saying, but I'm just saying that the shot taking, when you go look at his shot taking, he was more aggressive. But then when you see LeBron after that, you see the LeBron that, all right, he put it all together. He was like, I know I can score. I know now I can pass. And then they put the team around him for him to have the idea of who was going to be, because they started keeping players around. They started keeping certain guys around that there was a lot of turnover the first 2 seasons. But still, like you said, he's always been a great passer. LeBron, like you said, Brandon, he's been a point guard to you since he was in high school, since he was in grade school. And that's what I like about LeBron, because he controls the game with his passing. And we can look at it right here. It's very simple and plain. Let's look at it right here. This is LeBron in transition. He doesn't have to slow down. He knows he's slowing down because he knows he's going to make a pass. Boom. Look, easy. This is the early start of the game. This is him controlling the pace of the game, getting his teammates involved. Look, he knows this is transition. And LeBron could steamroll his way to the basket and get a basket. But he knows, I want to get the ball to my teammates. I got to possess that out so I can have the lane later. Here we go again. Get the ball to LeBron. Look, like they said, playing point guard, right? Look, open shot. Finding his teammates. The whole time he's looking for his teammates. He's not looking to score. Here it is again. You get him the ball here. It's the same thing. He's looking for the pass. Boom. Easy basket. Easy basket. Because of LeBron's, he's controlling the game with his passing. He's controlling the pace. Look, here it is. Watch this. We're gonna get the screen. Here we go. What is the defense doing? Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna get it to the guy who's open because you're not playing him. Open shot, easy 3-pointer. Look, he gets the rebound. That wasn't contested. Doesn't matter. Now I push it. Let's see what we can do. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep pushing it. Get it to look at that. Anthony Davis was running. Get him the ball. That's what LeBron. Huh? That is basketball at its finest. And when LeBron's playing like that, his team is damn near unbeatable. Especially when the guys are hitting their shots. Y'all talking about Anthony Davis. Y'all see how easy those shots Anthony Davis got right there. It's just beautiful. Brandon, explain that, because you've always said LeBron's a point guard. Explain LeBron's passing, how brilliant it is. And from obviously, again, we just gave y'all the eye test. We just gave y'all film. This is this week. This LeBron's been doing this for a long time. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, this is year 22. First what? I don't even think it's been a month yet. But anyways, like LeBron James player growing up was Penny Hardaway. We know Penny Hardaway was one of the top players in the 90s. Versatile point guard, could basically do it all. LeBron James started off, I mean, his second season in the NBA, his value of replacement, he was top 2. Like, the guy has been more valuable to his team as a teenager. He's the only player in the top 20 in scoring who has the points and assists. Like, there's nobody in the top 20 in points who's close to being a top assist guy. LeBron number 1 and 4. And he's number 1 and 2 in the playoffs. Like, LeBron James has always looked to set his teammates up, even in the playoffs. Most of the time, he will lose a game 1 because he's trying to get his team involved. He's trying to get his team in a rhythm because he knows he's just not going to go out there and just outscore everybody. He's not going to go out there and like do his Jordan thing and just say, you know what, I'm going to score 60 today. And if you guys make a shot good, like LeBron was, he needs his teammates to actually win games because he was always the underdog. He was always the underdog, so he needed his team to win. So he would start out first trying to get his teammates involved, and that's what LeBron James has been doing his whole career. Even when in his title in LA when he played the point guard, that's when he just strictly went to, okay, I'm the point guard, but he always ran the offense. Like, he would try to sit back and let people like run things, but then he gets frustrated and he's like, all right, he even does it today. He tried to let other players bring up the ball, but at certain times he just said, okay, just move on. I'm gonna make the play. So that's what LeBron James has always been. He always been that type of player to get his teammates involved. And he's, like I always say, he's the greatest mismatch that we ever seen in basketball, because most of the time he's scoring because he sees a mismatch. Most of the time he's trying to get his teammates involved. He's trying to score. He's trying to get the defense off balance. That is what LeBron James is doing all the time. He's trying to get them off balance so he can set up somebody. Iman Shepherd was trying to explain how he sees the game, how he tells people, like, you go to this corner, you go to that corner. He'll tell a defender what he's going to do. If you bite, I'm going to burn you. So he's always playing a chess game with everyone. He does his own offense. He does his own defense. Even though Anthony Davis is the best defender on the team, the best defensive player probably in the league, LeBron James still is out there controlling the defense as well. He's always been doing this. He's always been putting everything together. He's a coach on the floor. LeBron, it's so much to say about LeBron. That's why his mind, his IQ, he's on another level.
You know what, Brandon? You said enough. He said enough. Like I said, we gonna let the eye test it, because like Brandon said, LeBron James can do everything on the basketball court. So he understands getting his teammates involved because he knows he can get his shot whenever he wants. He dictates what the defense is gonna do. He's gonna tell you, what are you gonna give me? Are you gonna let me score, or are you gonna let me get it to the guy who's open? Because if you don't, either way, it's going to be a bucket. So let's watch how LeBron James actually controls the pace of the game with his scoring. We already see how he does it by passing and getting his teammates involved, but let's show you how he does it with his scoring. Because LeBron James is elite. Again, here we go again. It's Paul George, an elite defender. Go straight to him, get to the rim, because they're playing the outside. Here we go again. LeBron James dictating what he's going to do. He knows it's time to score. Here we go. I'm going to score. You don't want to give me the paint? I'll get the open man. That's easy for me. It's my time to score. Look, I'm trying to get to the paint. Look, I'm going to keep getting there. You didn't stop me. I'm going to get the basket. It's easy work. Let's do this again. You know what? Y'all don't like this. Let me just go here. Y'all want to foul me? I'll get the and one. He knows when it's time to score. He dictates it by going to the basket. That's when you see LeBron James go downhill. This is the same LeBron James again. Look, he knows it's time for me to score. Here it is. I'm going to get my double screen action on the top. Here it goes. What else are you going to give me? Boom. Oh, you don't want to stick him? Easy shot. I'm dictating the defense. They're worrying about me attacking the basket. Here we go again. If you don't worry, look. Oh, you want to drop coverage? I'll get straight to the basket. On Paul George, a great defender. Same thing. Look, I'm going downhill because it's my time to score. Everybody else got their shots. That's why you're sticking them. That's why the lane is now available for me. And I can shoot over 50% from the field and be at 79%, 80% at the basket because now you have to worry about my teammates.
Because
He's the greatest player we've ever seen. Go ahead, John.
It's scoring as a reaction to his passing. If you see the lanes, they want to stay where they at because of his passing from earlier in the game. You showed him earlier passing the ball earlier, and he's doing that early so it can make it easier for him to get to the basket later. He's reacting to the defense. So he's telling you, if you do this, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this so consistently that you're going to be forced to react a certain way. If you try to stop me, I'm going to pass it to the guy who's open. If you don't try to stop me, I'm getting to the basket where I shoot at a high rate. So which one do you want to do to stop LeBron James? He's reacting to the defense. So the defense tells him every game, is he's going to score or is he going to pass? On each possession, it tells him exactly that. So the defense is telling him what he's going to do each time.
And he's dictating it. He's dictating the whole pace.
Yes.
Have you guys seen how slow Paul George looked compared to LeBron James? LeBron James came in almost a decade.
Paul George has been washed for like the last 5 years.
He has it, man. He's still good.
He averaged like over 20 last season. I'm
not gonna say he's an all-league defender. No, he's not an all-league defender anymore. But he's not like you hear in the comments. They're talking about there's no defense. You can see they're playing defense.
They're trying.
I'm showing you how LeBron James is dictating the floor. This is why I destroy Zesty Jeffries because they don't even their eye test can't see it because they don't have the mind to comprehend basketball. They don't understand what they're watching. And even on top of what Brandon and John has eloquently spoke about how LeBron could pass the ball and how he goes downhill and attacks the basket and gets to the rim. Now he added a three-point shot to his game. Well, he's out here hitting shots like this on Marcus Smart. So now Marcus Smart is out of shape too. He's not a good defender anymore neither. He's getting his shot. He's shooting these balls from long range. He's shooting over 45% from three-point line. Look at this. He knew this was going to go in. You should have been sticking me out here. But they don't want to give him the lane. They don't want to give him the lane. You can't give him the lane. So even if you're playing good defense where you're on LeBron's teammates and you're not giving him the lane, you're going to give him the three-pointer now? Which he's elite at it. Look at this. This is pull-up. This is from 30. Look at this. Look at this. You want to guard me? Look, you got everybody guarded? That's fine. Bang. In your mouth.
He never brought it down.
No, he never brought it down. It doesn't matter that's what I'm saying. That's what makes him the greatest player ever. He put a three-point shot in his game because he has to adapt to the NBA. That's why the older guys can't play 1,500 games, Travis, because they can never adapt to the change of the game. LeBron did. It doesn't stop here. Look, here we go. I can do this. Catch and shoot. In your mouth. You don't even want to come out here. Why not? You should have been out here. Oh, you can't because I'll run past you and get to the basket. Look at this. Now he's shooting 40-something% from the three-point land. Just dominating the game of basketball.
He did the same thing last year. Shot, 54% from the field. 41 from the three-point line. Like even though he's older, he's so athletic still, and the game is slower to him now.
Yeah, the game is slowed down. It's all cerebral. He doesn't have to be completely athletic anymore. He's still athletic enough, but he doesn't have to because he's so cerebral. He understands the game. He's the greatest player we've ever seen. He can play in any era, the 1900s or today's NBA or the 2000s. Or the 2010s. Any NBA era, LeBron James would dominate. Even if they took away LeBron James' ability to cross over, he had to dribble like Bob Cousy and them did in the 50s and the 60s, he would still dominate. Those are just the facts.
His shoe splits are 52, 46, 79 right now.
Listen, and I think JJ Redick, like you said, the coaching making him shoot better. I think in practice he's challenging LeBron every day. LeBron's at his all-time high when it comes to the free throw shooting, which we all know is kind of mental. Just going out there and concentrating every time you shoot it.
Yeah, I mean,
even though like I said, he's not bad. Hitting 7 out of 10 is not bad. Hitting 6 out of 8 is not bad.
No, I mean that's it's a pick your poison with the Lakers. I mean, like if the defense, I mean, they're doing exactly like you said. You can't let LeBron dictate the pace. Like you can't let him get to the basket and just pick out his spots. Like if he has a mismatch or if he has like just shooters who wide up, like he can't collapse. Like you have to play him straight up with like a longer 2 or 3 and just hope for the best. Like if like I mean yeah, I mean I'm gonna live with his 3-point shooting. I'm gonna live with him. I'm gonna live with him taking 8 or 9 threes there, and you know as long as nobody else is getting wide open jumpers or layups, like that's how you beat the Lakers. But obviously it's not. I mean they have a great record right now, so we're gonna see, you know, if that can be consistent, if they stay healthy. I think that's the key to them. Health, just like every other team. You know, we saw like the Sixers already dealing with management, things like that. But
listen,
I don't think the Sixers
they're already running way better plays, and the players seem more confident with what they're doing. They look different. The Lakers look different. Even when the Lakers were playing good with Darvin Ham, they didn't look this good. They look different. They're running different sets. I mean, I got more. Listen, I keep telling y'all this. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This is the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. We go live every Sunday noon to talk about the game of basketball, and we are just telling y'all how great LeBron James is. We like to talk the game in many different aspects, but LeBron James is so great that we can use him to show you how great the NBA is in general, because he does everything on the basketball court. So again, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're breaking down LeBron James' last few games where he's been annihilating the opponents. Lakers on a 5-game winning streak. They're undefeated in the in-season tournament games. They're looking like the team that we all know they could be, right? And they're using different lineups. Cam Reddish was in the starting lineup. They took him out, right? They're doing all kind of stuff. They threw D'Angelo Russell to the bench. JJ Redick is not playing. The Lakers look good. And this is the results of what was happening against the future of the NBA, which is Wembanyama. And again, like I said, with all that we just watched and everything we just told you, how LeBron controls the game with his scoring, he said, nah, I'm not passing here. I'm taking it all the way. I'm controlling the game with my scoring. It's time for me to take over, dictate the game. Here we go. I got the ball on the block. What is the defense going to do? Oh, you want to easy baskets for Anthony Davis. Easy baskets for Anthony Davis because he got the goal. Look, LeBron says, I'll be the point guard out of bounds. Oh, Chris Paul, you should have did your job. You didn't. I got an easy basket for my homeboy. He's controlling the game in every aspect. Look, the play's called for him. Post up. LeBron, here we go. Dictate. Look how he drags D'Angelo man so D'Angelo can step into that 3 if necessary. That's LeBron dictating the game. He's going to do it here again. Watch what he does with Anthony Davis, his man and his man. Look how he drags them. Look, see, boom. Anthony Davis can step into. That's just great basket. That's just great basketball. That's LeBron James. He's dictating it. Look, and this is the plays that we're talking. We've never saw Lakers run plays like this under Darvin Ham. Look at this. This is LeBron off the ball. He's off the ball. I'm listening, John. You can talk, John. This is off. That's off the ball, LeBron. I wasn't even showing y'all off the ball, LeBron.
That's what I've been talking about. I'm talking about LeBron off the ball this year. I mean, I've heard the conversation. LeBron isn't great off the ball, and then they finally ran an offense where he could actually be off the ball and him cutting to the rim. How would you stop LeBron cutting to the basket off the ball? And you got to be the one to stop him.
That's flagrant.
Come on, man.
Knees.
That's beautiful basketball. And that's only because you have the GOAT of basketball. That's only because you have the GOAT. That's why JJ Redick decided to go coach the Lakers, because he knew he had LeBron. At any moment in time, I can go to the GOAT. He's on the floor. His IQ is apex. He's an apex predator on the floor when he has the ball, when he doesn't have the ball, when he's playing defense, everything. And then on top of that, he's super clutch. Coming out here hitting clutch shots like this. Look, here we go. It's my turn. Downhill. You didn't protect the basket. I get the basket. Like they say, and they fouled him. They didn't even call the foul here. They look at this. This is a foul. Watch the foul. Bam, clear foul. But LeBron doesn't get those calls because he's not Jordan. He doesn't need those baby calls. Here we go again. I'm controlling the pace of the game. Here we go. You guys don't want to stick me? Okay, let's move the ball. Let's get rotation. Oh, look at the defense collapse. And what happens? You leave somebody open, you get an open 3-pointer by the GOAT. Clutch moments. Clutch moments. Call him Lebron because you hit your parlay last night. Here we go again. I'm the GOAT. Dictating the offense. Running down the clock. We up 1. We need a good shot here. What are we going to get? LeBron James gets the screen. He gets the switch he wants. He knows he's going to take this shot because they're not going to give him the paint. So what we do? Bang. In your mouth. Kaboom. Here we go.
Solid.
There we go. Do it. There you go. There you go. That's the GOAT. That's what we talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he's doing in year 22 at 39 years old and still dominating the most aggressive NBA we've ever seen, the fastest NBA we've ever seen, the most athletic, the most skilled, all of that. He's the GOAT of basketball, man. Y'all just need to sit back and relax, man. Stop arguing. There is nothing to argue about. It's a wrap for the NBA, man. He's the greatest player ever, man. Hands down.
Sure, but they won't win a ring.
I've always argued LeBron was going to retire as a top 15 player. And
Of all time.
No, I'm talking about playing at the time. At the time. It's going to be hard to say he's going to retire maybe as a top 10 player at the current time.
Top 5, because if he retires after next year, he's still going to be a top 5 player.
I mean,
LeBron's absolutely top 30 of all time.
That always been my argument. It was just like I said LeBron is going to retire when he's still playing at a high level.
Oh,
and I always said top 15.
John, are you hotboxing him?
Watching him play, I think he'll retire as a top 10 player at the current time.
That's it, man. It's a wrap. Listen, man, he has always been the GOAT. He's only continually to just prove why he's always been the GOAT. And all you Zesty Jeffries could do is sit there and cry in the comments, because when we put the link up, ain't none of y'all going to come up here and prove anything. All y'all going to do is sit here and call us fanboys and get all upset because we're going to drop knowledge and facts on y'all. But this is the truth, y'all. At the end of the day, those that don't hit the link when we put them up, this is what they doing at their house.
I'm tired of this shit. Get along, these motherfuckers. I'm sick of fucking tired of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit! Do me, motherfucker! Fuck you! Fucking do this shit! Don't let me kill all you motherfuckers! Come on! Come on to me, motherfucker!
Nigga nasty or no? Can you make a butt nigga nasty or no? Nigga nasty or no? Nigga nasty or no? Can you make a butt nigga nasty or no?
Disturbing.
Or no?
And Johnny, you the GOAT. You the GOAT. You're Brandon out of GOAT.
LeBron's the GOAT. LeBron is the GOAT, man. Listen, I was watching the game and he hit that shot, and I was with my wife. I was like, look at that. Bang, LeBron James. Another clutch three. Another shot. And then Jason Tatum went off last night and hit the three to win the game for them. Everybody been hating on the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum. I don't understand what y'all be watching. I don't understand what kind of NBA basketball y'all used to seeing. I know y'all never watched the 90s. So y'all basically hating for no reason at all. But we don't hate here in GOAT James Kingdom. And that's why I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. We going to do the King John. We about to do the King John because King John's about to give flowers, right? Last week, King John wasn't able to do his to do his flowers because obviously certain things arose. But every week, we show some love and support to somebody who actually shows LeBron James in a great light. And King John is the greatest LeBron James fan outside of GOAT James Kingdom and also being a part of the GOAT James Kingdom. So we always appreciate you, King John. You do your thing as like none other. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you flowers by King John.
Rose bearers!
Hey everybody, sorry last week I couldn't do this. We had technical issues here in Chicago, high wind, so my internet was going in and out all day, so I apologize last week. So this week, the page we're going to is called The Bron Show. He has 67 posts, 1,614 followers, and he followed 3 people. What I like about his page is his show page. And what his cover of all his posts is either LeBron from Miami or LeBron from Cleveland. and it's a new page. I've reached out to him, and I told him I love his work, and he wants y'all to know that he's going to continue posting about LeBron. Go James Kingdom follows this page. I want you guys to go out and check out his page, show his page love, and keep doing it. There's a bunch of LeBron James pages out there, and I see them all. One thing I do consistently, I'm in social media, and I pay attention to page. And I love this guy page. I've followed him for a while, and he shows consistent work. He has a great page. It's a new page. I want people to show him love, help his page grow, and let's continue to do that for all LeBron pages. Let's keep doing it. Let's don't stop. You could be a fan of LeBron today, y'all. You guys really can be, and it's okay to be a LeBron James fan. For a long time, people were scared to be because of the hate you get. I mean, I showed a friend of mine my message box the other day, and I get racist comments. I get all this stuff, threats to my family and all this. And that's one of the downfalls. But it's okay to be a LeBron James fan. And GOAT James Kingdom is the front runner to show y'all okay. I told these guys that I caught them on TikTok one day. And I saw them on TikTok talking. I love the conversation that from that point on, I followed GOAT James Kingdom from that day on. And they made it comfortable for me to be a LeBron follower and continue doing my work. So because of them, I want to show other people love. So that's why I started when I talked to Johnny. I told him I wanted to do this, give flowers to everybody. So that's why I do it. So again, it's called The Bron Show. Hey, go check out his page, show him love. Hey, let's not stop from doing this. It's okay to do this, and let's keep doing it.
Indeed, man. Shout out to you, King John, man. You've always been a supporter of us, and you've been, like I said, a big-time LeBron James fan. We all know LeBron's the GOAT, so y'all make sure to check out The Bron Show on IG. As you can see, we follow them as well. Let's give them some support. Let's show them that they are great content creators and representing LeBron James out here, because there's a bunch of us besides GOAT James Kingdom and other platforms. So again, shout out to the Bron Show. They are GOAT James Kingdom approved. Yeah, man, that's dope. That is dope right there, man. Shout out to you, King John, man, doing the big things. Now, Travis, you've been doing a real good job being the MJ delegate today, but for some reason, you still got something to say, because last week you dropped your bomb on, what's his name again? What's his name? Scab Attack?
Scrub Attack.
Scrub Attack.
It's Scab Attack, but he's actually a scrub. Just has an army of yes men.
Yes, indeed he is. So just so y'all to understand what Travis is talking about, let's go ahead and play the silliness that these now again, we just showed you what GOAT James fans do. They're content creators. We show y'all them and how they create content, the type of content they create as being LeBron fans. Let's show you guys who are quote-unquote Michael Jordan fans or Kobe fans the type of content they create.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Seriously, though, he deserves this opportunity to expand on LeBron's legacy, that is, a legacy of a petulant, entitled, and coddled superstar athlete.
What?
Who, unlike the others that came before him, has been given everything he has from the time he stepped on an NBA court.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Given MVPs he didn't deserve.
What?
All NBA team selections he shouldn't have.
I smell a little crack in you.
Championships he didn't earn.
What?
And a GOAT title so utterly and laughably undeserving. What could make more sense than his son sliding into the NBA on a roster slot in this way?
The more I look at you, the more you smell like crack.
This all actually makes perfect sense.
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
So hold on, Travis. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the chat bomb with T Perfect. If you out here saying silly stuff, it don't matter if you saying it in the chat line for the show, if you saying it somewhere on YouTube, on Facebook, on Discord, anywhere you find Travis at, Travis will definitely call you out, and you will have to face the wrath of Travis and all of his chat bombs. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the chat bomb with T Perfect.
We are interrupting our normal programming The current threat level is critical, meaning an attack is imminent. Civilians are advised to remain indoors. In some urban areas, evacuations are taking place. If you're in one of these areas, police will help you to safety. Follow their orders without question. You should remain indoors until you are told otherwise. You should now prepare for a nuclear strike. You will not be able to leave your location for 14 days after the strike.
Man, oh man, oh man. So, God, so whenever we start the show off and I have a little bit of pushback on maybe a LeBron James take, then I remember that I have to do this. And it makes me regret anything that I say at all against LeBron James's GOAT case, because then you have clowns like this, like Scap Attack, who, and last week, we exposed half of his double narrative. LeBron didn't earn any of the titles, when in fact he was probably the most deserving title winner ever, at least statistically, because he was doing more than anyone else. And that's facts. You'll never get that from him. Now we got to debunk his LeBron James didn't deserve any of his MVPs take. Just so I shouldn't have to do this. But as long as he has a following, as long as he goes on channels that are just echo chambers and then just like lays them up, we have to do this. We have a duty to do this. Really? Who said it? The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Us. We're the good men. We have to debunk bad takes whenever we see it. So he said that LeBron didn't earn his MVPs. Oh my God. So, okay, let's drop some knowledge here. We'll get this out of the way. This is all stuff that we as basketball fans know. So I'm not claiming to educate you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. This is all stuff to be basic information. Okay, so during his 4 MVP years, okay, LeBron put up averages of 20, 7, and 8 on 52% shooting overall. Okay, and 36% from three, both well above average for the league at that time. Okay, and this time too. So he also finished no worse than 4th in DPOY voting during those years. So not only was he putting up league best averages, but he was also a top two-way player then too, if not the best during that time frame. Also, with the exception of the abbreviated 2012 season, his teams never won fewer than 62 games. So it was leading statistically, and he was, again, getting the results as a team. Okay, so what's the argument? But it's fine. We have more. So his analytics also during that time were on a whole other GOAT level. Again, you know how much I love the analytics. This is LeBron for you. So during that 4-year span, LeBron easily led the league in win shares per 48, VORP, box plus minus, and PER, not to mention overall win shares total, okay? So, in fact, during that 4-year time period, LeBron led in at least one of those major analytics 28 times, okay? Tied with MJ for the most ever during a 4-year MVP period, okay? So, for an additional frame of reference, no other player during those 4 years led in any analytic more than 8 times, and that was Kevin Durant. Okay, so basically, LeBron not only did deserve the MVP, and from an analytical and statistical standpoint, but it wasn't even close. Like nobody's actually challenging him. Okay, just because from a two-way perspective, like his 09, just his MVP years, which is what we're talking about, were the best ever. Okay, and like you're talking about from regular statistics, analytically, he had the most impact. Nobody was even approaching that rarefied air that lifts him into GOAT territory, okay? So, clearly, Scap, his take on LeBron didn't deserve that, was insane, just like most of his takes are. And here's a big takeaway. You'll never hear him hold any players besides LeBron to this mythical level that he has here, okay? And you'll never hear him apply his backward logic to any of the other players when ranking them or critiquing them, okay? If it was only about the numbers, where was his video trashing Magic Johnson, right, for taking 2 MVPs away from Mike in 89 and 90 when Mike cleared him in points, rebounds, steals, blocks, and led the entire league in all those advanced metrics we just talked about? Both years, okay? Where was the video where Steve Nash robbed Kobe blind in 06 for the same reasons, okay? If it's only about team success and impact, I still haven't seen Scap's video apologizing to Giannis for not winning the award in 2023, despite having the league's best stat line at 31, 12, and 5 on 55% shooting and leading the Bucks to the best record in the league. Like, where's his video trashing Embiid or the voters? You're not going to see it because it's only about LeBron all day, every day, and he's a clown. Okay? I say all to say this. Scap is a shot jock who's found his grift. His grift is the abundant haters on that LeBron hate train. And it just keeps chugging along because as long as LeBron keeps performing and keeps giving us reasons to say that there's really no other competition as far as the GOAT debate, then it's going to be just haters piling on. But the problem is they're not using logic. They're not using common sense. They're not using criteria. They're just using hate. And that's all you see in the video. It's not using numbers or anything else. Okay. But as long as there's people like us to expose him and his terrible takes, then we can restore some order to the basketball land. Okay. So he's been thoroughly exposed. Like, we'll keep doing that because he just makes it so easy. He lobs us softballs every week with his bad takes. Okay. Anyway, he's done. We'll pick another one, but just ponder on that. Watch that video, and you can laugh at it like at it. Okay. Easy work. So Adrian Knight, I know you asked your question, man, but really fast. How much longer will LeBron play? LeBron's going to play as long as he wants, man. At this point, barring injury or whatever, he's going to play as long as he's productive. There's no reason to think it's going to decline. I think maybe he'll retire once he feels like he has nothing left to prove, which is right now, he really doesn't. So your guess is as good as mine. But again, his IQ, his feel for the game is at another level right now. He's evolved to a point where he's just a transcendent floor general. And he has every aspect to his game locked in as well. So who knows, man? He can play till he's like 40, 44, 45. He can be Tom Brady-esque. But we're going to see how that goes. Okay, but anyway, keep on remembering that, again, people like Cap Attack don't deserve our time. And again, I'm going to keep exposing them for your entertainment because I love everyone in chat. And this was light work. So, wanted there.
Indeed. Y'all know what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom, man. Like we say, some of y'all are safe in the comments, but y'all cannot be safe in the comments when Travis is around, because he's going to find you. And when he finds you, you might end up being a victim of one of his chat bombs here on the GOAT James Kingdom show. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like the content. We do this every Sunday, noon Eastern time, right on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We have our boy T Perfect, who's always representing Michael Jordan and Kobe fans to the greatest light. So shout out to you and what you do there. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on every Sunday afternoon. Travis, you are the best. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the chat bomb with T Perfect. Great job by you, brother. We're doing a great thing here, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show, again, ladies and gentlemen, today's show, yeah, that's right, he was cooking. Yes, we are talking about, has GOAT James been proven that he's been the GOAT all along? We done talked about stats. We done talked about the narratives that Brandon and I used to show how he's great. And we gave y'all film study. We gave y'all actual basketball to watch, to see how great he is. Because some of y'all don't know what y'all watching. And half of the time, y'all on the phone hating while the game is on instead of actually watching your TV screen or wherever screen you're watching the basketball game on. But we about to put the link up for you guys. If anybody want to have a discussion with us, we're having a great Sunday afternoon. Everybody good? What's good, Brandon? You got anything else for these zesty Jeffries who want to challenge us? Since they say they always in the comments.
Yeah. Also, to just piggyback off of what Travis was saying about the MVP, I always say that value of replacement player dictates the MVP. And since 1975, when it started being recorded, there's only been 8 MVPs who were not top 3 in value of replacement. Only 8 of them. So if your MVP candidate, your value of replacement is going to be in the top 3. There's been 8 instances. In 2011, Rose won MVP. He was 21st. Kobe in 2005 was 5th. Dirk was 7th in 2007, and Nash was 6th in 2006. And also in 2005, Nash was 19th. All those are within LeBron's era when he was number 1 or tied for number 1. So that shows how valuable LeBron James has been. And LeBron James, in year 19, finished 5th in value of replacement. Last year, he finished 6th. And right now, he's number 5. So if you go by history, value of replacement dictates who's the MVP. And the last 5 years, Jokic has been the leader in value of replacement. And the 1 year he didn't win it was because Embiid was 3rd that year. We're still top 3. You're going to be in the candidate. Luka was 2nd that year, but right now Embiid's number 1 for the 5th straight year, which is most likely going to state why he's MVP.
Well, Jokic is going to win it if things stay the same.
Cooking.
Yes, he is.
Chef is
Yes,
cooking. Good job at you. So we got Twin Man in the building. Shout out to Twin Man. What's good, brother? You hear what we talking? Thanks for being a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. The floor is yours, brother. What you got for us for today's program?
Only thing I gotta say is let Travis cook. Keep cooking. Let him cook. Good job, Travis. That bomb was off. But like I said, I don't really argue if LeBron is the GOAT anymore. This is not an argument. Like at this point, I feel like people are arguing their feelings because you want someone else outside of LeBron to be the GOAT. Like, what can you really stand on outside of nitpicking? Travis, you really do nitpick, my bro. I love you, bro, but you nitpick, bro. You know you nitpick, and that's what they do. They contradict themselves in the argument all the time, and when you point out the inconsistencies, then all of a sudden it's you don't know what you're talking about, or the name calling has to start. Now Travis doesn't do any of that. He just stands 10 toes down on whatever he says, and he's like, I said what I said. So
Fuck each one is a shit.
Oh wow. Damn. But what for me, after 2016, the conversation was over. Like after the comeback in 2016, what was there really to talk about? Only NBA team, and the only superstar in NBA history to ever come back in the NBA Finals to win. Like, what was there really to even discuss? And it's not like he had to get carried along for it to happen. He led the team in every aspect on the floor, controlling pace, controlling the game, dictating what everybody did on the floor with his brilliance. So for me, after 2016, it wasn't even a conversation. I felt like at this point, you were just arguing and banging your head against the wall to keep Jordan as the GOAT. And I even know after 2016, Jordan fans was like, shit, what can we really say? Think about this. You're down 3-1. I have a simple question, and I need people to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think Jordan would have been able to bring back any team down 3-1 in the finals?
He wouldn't have been down 3-1.
Jordan quit. Yeah, he's been down 3-1. He lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, not possible. He's been down before. He's been swept.
No, that was the greatest finals performance of all time. Like, hands down.
Yeah, it is. It was like LeBron. That's the reason.
I don't even understand what the conversation is after 2016. Like,
so the conversation is like I said, it's if we're like it's all about the criteria you're using. If you're talking about just competition phase, you can make an argument LeBron's good, but like what are we talking about? If like we need to is it totals, is it merit? Like if you're talking about what's Jordan's case, he has more, over LeBron specifically, he has more MVPs, more defensive accolades. He has better like what are you talking about as far as LeBron has more All NBA teams than him, right? But if you're talking about just there's no argument as far as totals
I'm talking
go,
about
I agree with you.
statistically, LeBron James ranks higher than everybody in the top three in most
as far as totals
aspects
go,
of basketball.
But that's a terrible argument if you're just using totals.
How is it a terrible argument when your averages literally equal the total?
I agree, but here's the thing. I mean, your thing is like your criteria of totals is not going to apply to anyone else except for LeBron. That's why it's a terrible argument.
That's why he's the greatest.
How is it a terrible? Well, hold on.
No one can compare.
Travis. So my argument, my personal criteria, because I like GOAT James, the GOAT James Kingdom criteria.
Okay.
My personal criteria, I don't even use championships.
I don't either.
Forget championships. Forget MVPs. For me, it's all stats and totals. Period. That's all I use.
No, you don't use
everything else outside of that. Everything outside of that, regular season MVP. If you don't have a great team, you can have a really, really good year. Guess what? And still not win MVP because your team is trash.
So wait, who's your top five?
Hey, Twin Man, hold on a second. Hey, Travis, when we say the greatest basketball player, are you only including the NBA, or are you include everything?
Am I what?
When we say LeBron James the greatest, are you including only the NBA, or are you including everything in basketball?
You mean greatest? Are we talking about the greatest athlete, or you said like?
No, the greatest basketball player of all time. Are you only including the NBA career, or are you including everything?
I mean, I think you have to include everything, but like,
okay, that's all I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I just want to see a consistent criteria. If you're just using, like Phil mentioned, he's just using the stats. Great.
That's my consistent. I feel like you can't get away from the stats. Period. You can't get away from the stats and the totals.
Yeah,
my top, you already know who we've gone through this. LeBron, Kareem, Jordan, Wilt, Shaq. I'm sorry, no, Bill Russell, then Shaq. It's Bill Russell, then Shaq.
I like that.
So how is Jordan in your top 5 then? If we're just using like,
because Jordan has totals. Jordan has stats and totals. Y'all really act like Jordan don't got. No, hey,
like Jordan played 5 years, 6 years. Like Jordan has high stats, and Trav, you're talking about like the player of the years and stuff. Like, I mean, no one has a resume like this. He's the most valuable player ever. He has the athlete of the year, sportsmanship, all-stars, in-game. Yeah. He got everything. He got Olympic MVP, USA basketball MVP, finals. He got everything.
Sports Illustrated, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. Because we include everything, just like you said, everything. There's no one with this type of resume. No one. No player like this ever.
So
you can't argue against that.
I'm trying to reclaim the word longevity for a positive conversation, because we need to stop making it seem like just playing a long time is what made him get these totals. You have players who played 20 years plus.
What is longevity?
Who have not done any of this. So longevity is not a bad thing. You being great, being able to dominate even at 39, damn near 40 years old, is not a bad thing. That tells me you have sustained your greatness. But if you can sustain greatness for an entire career, the way LeBron James has, you have the right to be able to be called the GOAT. Because you're not limping across the finish line, you're sprinting. He's in year 22, and he's still able to dictate the pace, the pace of the game, how the game's going to flow. He's able to make the defense to react to what he wants them to do, to create shots for his teammates. Like, what's the argument?
It's actually a really great take out of you.
Twin man.
Really? Are you saying my other takes are great? Is that what we're doing right now, Trav?
This one was better.
I can't stand you, bro. Hey, Travis is on that firewater. What you drinking, bro?
Oh, it's the Christian Brothers.
He's on that firewater. I knew it.
It is.
Go ahead, King John, so we can let Blue Boat get his take in. Go ahead. What you was gonna say, King John?
Hey, Twin man, your longevity argument. Who has it been a negative towards besides LeBron James? Just name one.
Nobody. They didn't say anything about Kobe. Okay. They didn't say anything about Robert Parrish.
They
didn't say anything about Tim Duncan. They didn't say anything about Jordan. Because Jordan has longevity, people.
Jordan was in the NBA at 40. All he did was get praise.
They didn't say nothing about Brett Favre. We don't say anything else. Somehow, some way, being great for more than a decade now means that it's all longevity, and we have to put an asterisk next to all of your stats. That's dumb. If you're able to sustain greatness for more than 20 years now, you're not putting up like 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. You're still, if you can, even if he was giving me 15, 6, and 6 at year 22, I would be proud of that.
Hold on, Jason Meza, that's a bad take. You can't say that he has a light bag when he's shooting 50, 40, and like 83 or 80 from like the field the last 2 years. Like he's like one of the better 3-point shooters in the league, and he has a post game. And like, what's your argument for his light bag? His bag has evolved beyond like most of the players in the league over the last 5 years. You just haven't been watching basketball. Like you're laced on the narrative.
Game 3 times to make sure he can stay.
Yeah.
See, it's a dumb take because people don't realize he's evolved his game literally 2 or 3 times just to keep up with the modern NBA.
If you're shooting 41% from 3 and you're shooting 55% overall, then you have one of the deepest bags in the league, or at least one of the deepest bags that's required to be successful in the league. Like, that's a clown take. Sorry.
So T Perfect. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. People say LeBron James, when he first came in the league, didn't have a jump shot.
That's
That's a
stupid.
lie. He had a jump shot.
Of course he did.
Shot.
You're not scoring
definitely
27 points a game off layups and free throws or threes.
Right.
No.
People are stupid. It was just dumb. But has he only thing he's done is improve upon that jump shot every single year for 22 years. He literally pulled the old man. He literally pulled the old man move of the year when he kept the ball above his head and shot the ball above the defender. That was the old man move of the year. That's how I knew LeBron James was like in the twilight of his career.
Like
right.
No, like you can't say that he has no bad. Like that's just ridiculous. Like especially you used to be able to leave LeBron up. Like the game plan was like, well, let's make him take a jumper. You can't do that now because he's gonna kill you from mid range. He's gonna hit a three consistently, or he's gonna drive past you and finish because he's stronger than your best defender. Like so, LeBron is one of the most effective scorers of all time, if not the most. So.
Right.
Like, you can criticize certain parts of it, like maybe his footwork, but even that is like improved exponentially. So, like, unless you're just going to give him his flowers, like on offense, then
they said he had no mid. They said he had no mid-range game, no mid-post game. Guess what he's done? He's only improved upon that over his entire career.
This is
to pretend
hate people who just
stupid.
hate for no reason.
This is the greatest basketball player ever. The only thing he's done is hear the chatter. He doesn't have this and added it in and it only improved upon it every single year. So I don't understand how people can say it's not an argument anymore. It's not an argument anymore.
Oh, what is the bag?
The Spurs will leave it wide open to shoot.
That's it. That's all you got to ask. And they won't explain the bag. Just ask them what is a bag.
I don't know what a bag means.
Yeah, just
the first thing they're gonna sit here and say. The first thing they're gonna sit here and say is what Kobe had. They're gonna sit here and say.
They're gonna say you gotta ask that. They're gonna say no. They're gonna say if you have to ask that, that means you ain't a basketball fan. You don't know nothing about no basketball. That's what they're gonna say. They're not gonna answer the question. They can't.
But Jason, you realize that there's a lot more that goes into a bag than just like a fadeaway, contested fadeaway, like from Kobe. Like it's footwork, it's IQ, it's knowing where your teammates are, it's knowing when to take a good shot and when not to. It's when to pass and prefer. It's shooting above 33% for your career from three. It's shooting above 50% for your career. Like you talk about Kobe, he was a volume shooter and like a relatively poor one at that. If we're talking about LeBron, 40%. Like how can you say Kobe had a bag but LeBron doesn't? When every single stat metric and even the eye test says that you don't know basketball.
Because they can't talk basketball. I remember one of the first episodes I did with Brandon and Brandon brought up one of his homeboys, and he didn't say bag. He says everybody has to have a toolbox, and they got to go into their toolbox. And I was like, toolbox? Like, I've never been on a basketball court and said, man, that man went into his toolbox. Like, no. Like, the game of basketball is skilled in so many different ways. You don't have to be skilled at everything. Like, everybody can't dribble. Everybody can't rebound. Everybody can't block shots. That's not how the game works. Everybody has their role. So even someone like Kobe, who they say is the most skilled player, he's the most skilled player for a guard. He's not the most skilled player of all time with every skill that is necessary to play the game of basketball. There's so many things that go into playing the game of basketball that they.
But Johnny, you've seen old tape of me, right? Like I had the complete bag, like when I was like 30. Like
bag is another word. It's just because then they can't talk basketball. These are longevity. These are loose terms that have no true definition, no true meaning. That just sounds good to say because at the end of the day, you have a bias, a personal preference. Instead of just saying that, you want to sound smart and say, well, bag. LeBron obviously got footwork. Obviously can dribble the basketball. We just showed film of the man breaking down an entire basketball game, not just against one team, against several teams. He's been doing it his whole life. You ain't trying to hit the link. You safe in the comments, man. I'll put the link up again.
Jason, you definitely did not. You closed your eyes to that.
So, hey Johnny, Travis, I've literally said this before. LeBron James in a game is going to give you exactly what he needs to give you at every moment of the game. So if he needs to turn up the scoring, he's going to turn up the scoring. Depending on who's on the floor, if he has to facilitate because he understands I have better shooters on the floor, he's now going to facilitate. If he sits here and he sees you're cooking, he's going to stand in front of you when he was in his prime, sit in the chair and shut you down. And he's going to consistently grab rebounds. If we're talking about a complete player, it gets no better than LeBron. That's why, to me, it's not an argument anymore. I'm not arguing with people over something dumb anymore. Jordan couldn't do what LeBron James does. That's just a fact. That's why Scottie Pippen was there. That's why they had to put the team around you. The team they put around Jordan was basically a complete version of LeBron. You had somebody there to grab rebounds in Dennis Rodman. You had somebody there who could facilitate the offense in Steve Kerr or Paxton. You had somebody who can sit there and sit in the chair and play defense like Scotty or Dennis. So I'm sorry, I can't argue this anymore. Jordan was an excellent scorer. He was going to give you great defense, and that is it.
Also, Twin Man, you missed out the part where you
not
had
going to
someone.
guard the best player, and let's put an asterisk next to that defense. Yes, it's time to start hating because he's not going to guard the best player because Jordan's job was to score the basketball.
But also, Twin Man, you undersold Rodman for a second because you also had someone who could have sex with Prime, Carmen Electra, and Madonna, like in Las Vegas.
True.
So
that is true.
That's key.
So since Travis is being a little bit too naughty and drinking too much of that whiskey in front of us here on a Sunday afternoon, knowing damn well we are doing the Lord's work. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Some call us the Clutch Sports Hitmen. And what we do is we expose all the zesty Jeffrey lies here on a Sunday afternoon. And the reason we can do that is because we have the Lord with us. Shout out to Blue Boat, because when Blue Boat show up, we all know real things are going to be spoken. What's up, brother? Thank you for joining us. What you got for us today? Your mic is low, Blue Boat. Your mic is messed up, Blue Boat.
Damn.
Yeah, your mic
You sound like you underwater.
Yeah, you sound bad. Yeah,
I'm gonna come back.
All right. Yeah. Come back. We'll let you come back in. Let's let Ishmael in the building. Yeah, man. Shout out to Ishmael. Thank you for joining us, Ishmael. Again, this is another great show, another Sunday afternoon. We're doing big things. Thanks for supporting us as a member as well. What's good, brother? What you got for us for today's topic?
Hey, y'all. Shout out to the panel.
Yes, man. I want to make one statement before you go.
Say what?
The GOAT. I want to make one statement before you go. You are the GOAT on social media. I follow what you do.
Don't say that,
you are
John.
the GOAT. I want to give you your flowers. You are the GOAT. That's all I want to say is, man, you are the GOAT.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, Travis, I want to know, why do you heavily rely on advanced metrics? Because, like, even a lot of your arguments, sometimes...
What's going on?
I'm just saying, why do you heavily rely on them?
Good. Hey, whether you like them or not, man, they're part of the puzzle. Like I've explained many times, they show you statistically, at least in part, the dominant impact or an impact a player has consistently. Now, you use them. The key is, though, is you have to use them consistently, not just for 1 or 2 years. And that's how you can see the tapestry of a player's career and how dominant they were. LeBron, like I explained, was dominant across the board. He's the GOAT status. If you look across our top 10, your top 10 even, same story. They're going to be that way.
Advanced metrics, bro, are not about dominance anyway, bro. It has nothing to do with, no, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. It have everything to do with it because it's based on the value of what you've done with certain players on the floor with your teammates. It's about you contributing with your team, bro. It's not.
It's about your contributions with your team over a period of time.
Yes, that's not dominant. It has nothing to do with dominance. Is based on what you do versus your opponents, how you feel. But it ain't got nothing to do with dominance. It's basically the lift that you give when you're on the floor with your team, and that's why it's like it's reliable, but it's also not reliable at the same time because it doesn't really measure the output you have as an individual basketball player. It measures the benefits you have on a good basketball team because Kobe Bryant, yes, it does. Yes, it does, bro. That's what it does. It's okay. You can be a great player on a terrible team, and because you're on a terrible team or terrible players on the floor, that's going to heavily affect your advanced metrics.
That shows your value, of course. If you're the best, like Wemby last year.
Oh my God! Look at Kobe Bryant, bro. Look how effective he is, bro. It is not your value; it's the value that you are.
Kobe Bryant advanced stats are pretty low.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant is terrible at advanced, and he was on terrible teams and great teams. He never led in any of them.
That's the point. I just said it. It's based on how it's based on what your assessment is on with your teammates, bro. It has nothing to do with you as an individual. It has nothing to do with your
Here's why you're wrong, and I'll use the Kobe Bryant argument here. Okay. So listen, Kobe Bryant, and this is why he's not comparable to LeBron at all. Because
no, it's not. Oh my God, I ain't got nothing to do with what I said. But all right.
But listen, with Kobe Bryant, again, his effect on his teammate was negligible from like let's say 05 to 07. Because was he scoring a lot? Sure, but he wasn't a transcendent passer. He wasn't shutting down the team's.
Why does he need to do that to be a great player?
He doesn't. But I'm saying when you're talking about the best players in NBA history, they elevate their team to a certain point and they elevate the stats along with them, and that's why you see the advanced metrics follow. Kobe's game was heavily flawed, especially when you compare him to some of the other greats. That's why you see these advanced metrics tip in their favor. It doesn't have to. It almost has nothing to do with team. The only real team stat that has to do with is like value over replacement player and like things like overall win shares. Okay, but like when you're talking about like box plus minus win shares per 48, that's on you on off. That's basically your contribution towards not only your team but like what the opponent is doing against you. Defensive box plus minus. These things are all measurable ways that we can tell how great a player's individual impact is on the game. Yes, it's influenced by your team success, obviously, but you are the one driving those metrics. What don't you get about that?
Ishmael, I have some questions for you. Value of replacement. Do you know what that metric is?
A little bit, but it's kind of theoretical. It's a theoretical.
So you basically don't even know what it is.
Yes,
but
I
you're
do.
Saying that it's
Yes,
not
I
important.
do. I do know.
Okay,
what it is.
So what is value over replacement? Explain it.
Basically, something about, I can't really explain, but I know what it is. Basically, about a replacement player that you're better than some theoretical replacement player. You know, your time on the court, bro.
Okay, so you have no clue what that means. What about game score? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know about that one. I know the other ones.
All right, so there's valuable advanced stats. Yeah, there's advanced metrics are very valuable. Like value replacement shows your impact towards your teammates, like when you're on the floor, and the player who leads in that usually is the MVP. That usually the MVP. Like Jokic, the last 5 years has been number one in that, and you can see why. Michael Jordan led or tied 9 times. LeBron James led or tied 10 times. Like that's a very valuable advanced metric. Game score shows your impact on the whole game. Usually the finals MVP has the highest game score. There have only been a few instances where that player was not finals MVP, but game score shows you how valuable they are. I know things like PER, those can be a little bit harder to take into context because they add certain values to things. But value replacement, box plus or minus, things like that can show how valuable you are as a player and your impact on your team.
I know how much value they provide over a replacement player. Okay, I know about that, right? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you do. I don't think.
I just told you said the same thing.
I don't think you. No, I did. You didn't say nothing else.
It's over like a bench player or whoever, bro. Like
no, I don't think you understand how valuable it is.
Your teammates.
I don't think you understand how valuable that is. It literally tells you who's the MVP.
It's basically an adjusted box plus minus.
It's been doing it for 50 years, telling us who's the MVP. It doesn't show who's the best player or anything like that, but it shows you.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's pretty much what I'm saying. It's just like Travis is, however, relying on stats that that give credit to players that are surrounded by that could be great players or great teammates.
Magic Johnson never had the highest value of replacement. He was surrounded by great players. That means because other players was contributing a lot of times. That doesn't mean that he's.
So LeBron was on great teams in 09 and 10 when he was lifting up to 63 wins.
Yeah,
yes, he was on good. Yes, he was on good teams. Yes, he were. He was on a good team.
Let me tell you something. Like Ishmael, Steph Curry led in value of replacement once, and Kevin Durant led once, and both of the time they won MVP. That's how valuable that stat is. because it shows you how valuable you are in the NBA.
Okay. I'm not saying that they don't have any value at all. That's not what
But
I'm saying.
that is very important if you're going to state who's the best player, and that stat shows you who's the best player in the league.
So wait, Ishmael, why do you think Jokic leads in every advanced metric we care about? Why do you think that is?
That I like that. There's so many answers. Other than the fact that he is a good player, but he also fills up the box score, and so that the advanced metrics really rely on your consistency in order to fill the box score. See, I know that. Okay, and the fact is
on the team,
and because he's very effective and is valuable on the team. Like, if take example for this year, his bench depth is not great. Every time he leaves the court, he's not. See, I understand it. He leaves the court, the team suffers. When he comes back, he raises the floor, he raises the team, and that's what it does. Here's my so I understand it, bro. So you agree with me? Yes, Jokic is he's freaking awesome, dude. He's freaking unbelievable. Here's the problem what I see, bro. And I'm not saying that advanced metrics can't be used. Basketball is a sporadic sport. It's complex. Okay. I don't think that basketball should heavily just based on your consistency to just fill up box scores. To me, it's about your adaptability of what you contribute to winning. And advanced metrics don't take that. They also don't take what you need. Sometimes they don't put emphasis on great defense because they rely on blocks and steals, but doesn't mean you're a great defender. And so sometimes you may need to be a defensive anchor one game, and you may need to be a offensive anchor another game. And so because it heavily relies on the box scores, you may say that a player like Tim Duncan, who uses to be adaptable in many aspects in the game and may not fill the box score, may not be a great basketball player for its team. And so that's why I just think that it's based on sticking with, you have to do this. It's putting you in a box in order for you to be considered a great ball player. And that's why I disagree with that.
I mean, that's an okay argument.
You guys, listen, you guys are killing my brain disrespecting stats, man. Stats matter. That's it. The reason advanced metrics kind of matter because you use the stats to basically determine any advanced metrics. The problem with advanced metrics is, huh?
It does matter, not kind of matter. It does matter.
No, the reason I say it doesn't matter. What I'm saying, it doesn't matter over the stats. At the end of the day, the stats tell us more than anything, not the advanced metrics. The advanced metrics help us because again,
that makes zero sense. That makes zero sense. How? Wait. You're using subjective values to determine your advanced metrics, including in VORP. They're using subjective matters. They're telling you what's valuable or not on the basketball court. They're not. There's no objectivity to it. It's based off of some guy who felt like he didn't. That's the whole point. So it's not really the stats tell us everything we need to know. 40,000, 11,000 is all we need to know. No. Listen, 32,000 is all we need to know. That's what I'm saying. You don't get no stats. Everything. The advanced metrics. Just like you said, to get averages, you have to have totals. To get advanced stats, you have to have totals.
Johnny,
exactly. That's why I treat advanced stats like I treat the per game average. It's the same shit. It's predicated off of your totals. The real stats is what matters the most. That's what matters the most.
Stats are very valuable. You just have to understand.
I just want to say this. The thing is that, hey, Johnny, it's not just. I understand that it is subjective in a sense, but they try to rely heavily on data. Hold on. They tried to rely on data in order to support it, and that's why they tried to make it as objective as possible to value it. But that's not, to me, that's just not basketball. That's not really how it is.
You can't understand it. Simple as that. If you don't understand it,
I don't need defensive win shares.
You can't.
No, I don't need defensive win shares to know how good somebody is defensively. I don't need VORP to know how good Joker is. The Joker stats tell me Joker stats alone tell me how great he is. I don't need VORP. I don't need that. I don't need PER. I don't need none of that crap. None of that crap is necessary.
Justify certain things.
Yeah, like you. Okay.
The stupid people who don't like using stats. For stupid people who don't like stats, which are majority of basketball fans. The basketball fans are so dumb. We have to create advanced metrics for them to understand the stats.
No, stupid fans don't understand advanced metrics. That's the problem.
They use it all the time. They use PER all the time. They use all those stupid metrics.
They don't know what it is.
All those stupid metrics.
You gotta ask them what it means. So as soon as you ask them what it means, they have no clue. But someone who can tell you why, is completely different. Like I can tell you why value replacement is very important. I put that out there. That's why it's very important. It dictates who's the MVP. It dictates who's the best player. Game score dictates who has the best game, who's the Finals MVP. Those things are right there. Steph Curry should have been Finals MVP in 2015. The stats say it. There's no way Andre Iguodala should have been Finals MVP.
Facts.
Steph Curry should have 3 Finals MVPs right now.
That's another shot for all the Zesty Jeffries who's crying in the comment section because they keep hearing us talk about basketball like none other. Let's let Blue Boat back in. Blue Boat, you available?
Yeah, you got my mic. My mic good.
There we go. We got you good to go. What's the blue? What up, Blue Boat? What you
Hats
got for
off
us
for Blue
today?
Boat.
Show respect. Salute to everybody, man. Yeah, I mean, as far as including everything, you know, as far as criteria and like what do you do to determine your all-time top 5 or tiers and all that stuff. I mean, for me, I don't know how you guys, I know how you set it up, but I include everything. I mean, accolades, accomplishments, championships. One thing I'm big on is peak and prime. Peak and prime, I'm really big on. You know what I mean?
You said peak and what? Prime.
Peak and prime, yeah.
Prime.
Peak and prime, I'm big
prime.
on that. I'm huge on that because at your absolute peak, at your absolute best, what did you do? What did you do? What did you accomplish? And all that good stuff, all that good shit. But yeah, peak and prime, that's probably my most coveted criteria. Along with
don't you have Jordan as a GOAT? And don't you have Jordan as a GOAT, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, LeBron is slowly, man, after what I'm seeing from this guy, LeBron James, I don't know, man. It's damn, it's hard, man. And I grew up with Mike. I grew up watching Mike. He's the main reason I started watching in the 80s along with Magic Bird. But I can't deny what I'm seeing from this guy, man. You're 22, and you can make the argument that he's a top 10 player in the NBA. Who has ever accomplished that? After the what was it? 78 years in the NBA. Who has ever accomplished that kind of longevity?
I mean, we all
people
say no argument for nobody else.
No argument for nobody else. I can give you. Wait, Blue Blow. I can give you 5 players.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean the thing about it is like they make longevity like it's a negative now because he's doing it, but yet they don't get on nobody like you said, Robert Parrish played 22 years.
They never said anything about Kobe, Kareem. It was always about
right. None of them guys. I mean, nobody cared about longevity until LeBron did it, right?
What are you talking about, Blue Bolt? He's a better scorer than Dwayne Wade.
Huh? Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's crazy, man. It don't make sense. But the thing about it is, it's just like now longevity is a bad thing, and Tom Brady going and shifting away from this. Nobody had a problem with Tom Brady winning 7th Super Bowl at age 43
and MVP.
Yeah. So why is all of a sudden people want to down and crap on LeBron because he's doing it?
Because of Michael Jordan. Because of Jordan.
Oh, I know it's because of Mike. You know, I mean, like I said, even though I got Mike as a GOAT, I can sit here and appreciate what LeBron James is doing and what LeBron James has done. You know. Now, I wanted to get I want to mention another thing. You know what I mean? Don't come up down my neck when I say this. I'm talking about specifically something LeBron James defense, right? Ace 30 was in the chat, right? And he brought up 10 names. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace, Kevin Garnett, Scottie Pippen, Anthony Davis. Now, I'm not saying LeBron is no slouch on defense, right? But outside of Anthony Davis, me personally, defense is like a specialist. You know what I mean? It's like there's a specialty in that. You know what I mean? Not saying LeBron is not a great defender because he is. To me, he's top 10 all time defender for me. But the guys he mentioned, you can make a legit argument, man, that they were better defensively than LeBron. You know,
They were.
outside of Anthony Davis. Now, am I crazy to think that LeBron James is a way better defender than Anthony Davis?
Yes.
No, you're not crazy because Anthony Davis can only protect the rim.
I don't see that. I
I
don't
like
see
Blue
that.
Boat. You right, Blue Boat. You right, Blue Boat. LeBron is better than Anthony Davis.
Yeah, all those players he named were not better than LeBron all time. So
who's that?
I said all those players that was listed was not better than LeBron all time.
Well,
only Bill Russell.
I'm just saying. Like
Hakeem.
Scotty,
I wouldn't say those.
I'm talking about players that covered certain areas of the court, right? But I'm just saying, like LeBron, he does so many things excellent that you can't say he's known for being a top 5 defender at a certain point. It's basically, you can make an argument for top 10, but I'm not so sure about top 5. Now, top 5 passer, straight up, yeah, you can definitely make an argument for top 5 passer. I think that's a more viable argument than top 10 defender. I mean, top 5 defender, top 10. You know what I mean?
I mean that's like saying LeBron's not a top 5 scorer, but LeBron does things scoring that no one has done before. LeBron sits on top. That's what the argument boils down to. They
right.
Just
I mean,
we have the stats to show why he's the greatest scorer of all time. We have the stats to show why no one has been close to what he's doing defensively in their career. We have the facts to prove that.
Right, and that's why I say he's top 10. He's top 10. He's top 10 defensively all time because of his versatility, because of what he brings on the court. You know?
Wait, really? Are you saying that Ben Wallace wasn't a better defender than LeBron James overall?
All time, no.
Hey, y'all want to know how? Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know?
To me, I can go either way.
All time, because I know Ben Wallace is not going to go out there and guard a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, and he could guard his power forwards and center. LeBron James could do it all. He's the most versatile defender we've ever seen before.
But
just because they're not voting for him doesn't mean that he's not great at what he does.
But you got to take into account that what Ben Wallace was important to that 2004 Detroit Pistons defense.
I mean, we've been saying a couple of years.
See what he did to Shaq?
The same importance that LeBron had on the 2013 Heat. The same importance. LeBron was the defensive MVP.
Everybody has great seasons, but nobody has careers like LeBron.
Exactly. Listen, the guy right here, this guy right here just put the GOAT of turnovers and missed shots. It even shows you how much stats actually show you how great LeBron James is. Because again, we call him the greatest playmaker of all time, which turnovers are involved in, and we call him the greatest scorer of all time, which missed shots involved in. So no matter what stats y'all want to bring up, is going to show how great LeBron James is. Nothing's going to show LeBron James is not a great basketball player. Nothing. There's nothing in LeBron James' resume that states he's a bad basketball player. All it states is how great he is at the game of basketball. Hands down, the greatest basketball player to ever play. The greatest basketball player any one of you ever seen. Because none of you saw Wilt Chamberlain, none of you saw Kareem, none of you saw Bill Russell, and majority of you never saw Michael Jordan play. So the greatest player you ever saw is LeBron Ramon James, and here in GOAT James Kingdom, we call him GOAT James. That's just the facts, and he's always been the GOAT.
Here's a great take, though.
I have a question.
Hold on one second.
Hold on, Twin Man. Go ahead, Travis.
Just to actually add on to what you were saying there, Johnny. So, who said that? Adnan or whatever it is? Madnan. Okay. So, Madnan, do you realize that, like, in order to actually surpass those records, you have to have a high usage rate and you have to be playing at a high enough level that your team actually trusts you with the basketball? You're not actually going to have someone who's like Robert Parrish or Vince Carter even approach those same records because they were garbage. So, LeBron's actually still averaging, throughout his career, 27.77. Of course, you're going to get those residual records because he still has a fantastic assist to turnover ratio. He's still going to, obviously he's still going to be shooting better than whoever else who had the previous record. Kobe was shooting, like, his last 3 or 4 years was shooting like 43% from the field. LeBron's consistently been above 50%. Of course, he's not going to hit every single shot. That's why he's eventually going to actually surpass that. It only took him 22 years. Okay, so again, Kobe had that year 19. 18 or 19. So not only was he better than your favorite player, not only was he more productive, but he was doing that at a high enough level where, again, it took him to pass these residual shots, but like he's going to have better stats and a better sustained level than whoever you're going to try to put above him, including like the previous owner of those records. Like those aren't a negative thing. They're just if anything, they're a testament to your greatness because you're still performing at that kind of level.
Listen, don't even entertain them. Hold on, wait. I gotta address a couple of things. Shout out to Darnell Heights, who's always been supporting us as a GOAT James Kingdom member. They gave us a super chat. LeBron realistically should have 7 MVPs and 2 Defensive Players of the Year. And like Brandon says, the advanced metrics show it, the defensive stats show it, the actual stats show it. All of that is just the truth. And just to go ahead and continue to respond to these idiots, Mad Nam also put here in the comments, Travis, let me go ahead and put that here for you. Here we go. When stats are not capable and not eligible for them to talk no more, and the stats are used against them, they go to actual made up shit that doesn't even exist. Flopping is not even a part of basketball. He can't even tell you who flops more than LeBron James. They don't even keep a stat of this. They just make shit up like they do all the time. That's why they are afraid to hit the link in the comments. That's just what they do best. They don't talk the game. Then you get other ones like this and said LeBron's biggest weakness was his jump shooting. It was exploited many times in the finals. Again, they don't watch the game footage again, so we will show them why LeBron James is out here just hitting all types of shots. Please show me what jump shooting LeBron James does not have. He's a better jump shooter than Jordan. He's a better jump shooter than Kobe. The numbers say it. His career said it. Clutch in people's mouths. That's all he's been doing his whole career. Hitting jumpers from everywhere on the basketball court. And clutch moments and regular moments in the finals, not in the finals. Doesn't matter where it's at, LeBron James was hitting jumpers. He was hitting jumpers in high school. Again, there is rumors and theories that LeBron James was made in a lab. He's not a real human being.
Look at that.
He's LeBron.
Look at that. That's an old man jump shot right there, bro.
Supposedly he can't shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the words of people who don't watch the game of basketball. All they do is show up in comments on all basketball pages. But in GOAT James Kingdom, all they do is get exposed. Because we talk
Can we get the clowns to get the link, or are they just going to stay safe?
Wait, let's do it. Let's get a catch and shoot.
Won't work.
Catch and shoot, bang. Catch and shoot. Here we go. Catch and shoot.
They're at Waffle House.
That's what you guys fail to realize. Okay, that's what you guys fail to realize. This is what LeBron James is shooting right now. This is what he's doing right now in the basketball game. In year 22.
Right. Ridiculous. So my whole thing with the missed shot, I just wanted to say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing with the missed shots is we want to talk about the missed shots. I understand how, and Travis, you like really kind of took my take, and I'm mad at that. But why don't we talk about how he literally passed up Jordan and Kobe in less shots? Less shots taken. Let's just. I'm just going to start and end there. He took 1,200 less shots to pass Jordan in the all-time scoring. 1,200 less shots.
All right, guys, let's move on. So everybody get their take. We've had some people waiting for a while just to get.
Yeah, we got some folks in the background, Truman. I know you help us and support us, but let's let Mingo Jester up. Mingo Jester, what's good, man? What you got for us on today's topic? As you can see, we talking how LeBron is just proving he's the GOAT and been the GOAT.
Hey man, hey, I like how y'all words y'all conversations and stuff. I like how y'all put the everything y'all put into I like how y'all put everything y'all put into y'all argument. I like how y'all word it, cause how y'all word it is the key, and that's what make people listen. Cause how y'all words y'all stuff. I like that. That's very very finesse and very very slick. I like that. But
so being articulate's a problem.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's very, very clever how y'all do that. That's what I'm saying.
LeBron fans are very clever. You're correct. LeBron
that's
fans
very clever how y'all
like
do
LeBron.
that.
LeBron is very clever on the basketball court.
But it doesn't make it true though. It doesn't make it true though. Just because you clever with your words doesn't make it true. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at. And what I'm saying is, and what I'm getting at is, just because you have all these advanced metrics and all these stats and stuff, most NBA players say and everybody else says stats don't tell the full story. Yes, stats does matter. I'm not one of those guys that tell you that stats don't matter and you can't account for stats. No. Stats does matter, but they don't tell the full story. is the key. It's the thing to all of this. It
We're
doesn't
not
tell
trying
the
to tell
full
no
story.
stories. Who's trying to tell a story? Mingo, we ain't
The,
trying to
the
tell no
story is
story.
your basketball career. That's the
So
story.
what tells the
Your
story then? What
basketball
tells the
career is the
story?
story.
Yeah,
Basketball
your
career.
resume. Your career is your
Yes,
resume, and that resume
yes,
is
that's the
stats.
story. It doesn't
It's
tell
the
the full story
stats.
when you're talking about certain things. Like
What
Ishmael,
story we
like
trying to
Ishmael
tell?
said, like Ishmael said, it's certain stuff on the basketball court that don't show up in the stat sheet. Somebody like Draymond Green, take Draymond Green for example. Somebody like Draymond Green, his stats ain't gonna be nothing. But what he did for that Golden State Warriors team, they're not winning 4 championships without him. That's how key
Why?
he was to that. That's how key he was to that team. His stats may not look like nothing, but when it go down, but when it's all said and done, Draymond should be credited for a lot of the stuff that the Warriors did.
He
That's
is.
what I mean by stats don't tell the full
Credited.
story.
An example of what
He
you're
led the
talking
team in
about.
assists. He led the team in
So you
rebounds.
mean
His stats
Draymond?
show.
You mean Draymond's ability to facilitate the offense,
He led the
like
team in
The
LeBron
assists
whole
James
and
nine,
used to
rebounds.
do?
everything that Draymond
He
does for
led
that
the
team,
team in
a
assists
lot
and
of that stuff,
rebounds. Those
Draymond
show.
do a lot of the dirty work for the team. That
He
ain't gonna
led
show
the
up in
team
the
in
stat
assists and
sheet
rebounds.
or on the stat sheet.
They
I
actually
agree with
do.
what you're
For
saying, but
example,
They
I
actually
was
do.
You
kind of
understand?
different. But I agree with you saying, but I was kind of saying something different. You know,
I know what
So
you were saying.
LeBron,
You were saying that
No,
advanced metrics
he's
don't
wrong.
account for an individual, it
No,
counts
he's
for a team.
wrong.
I understand
He's
what you were
here's the
wrong.
saying.
thing.
all right, that's cool.
So
All right, cool.
No,
who was
this
the
is why.
dirty
No,
work
hold
guy
on, wait,
on
two man,
LeBron's team?
hold on. We got this. Listen, the whole point is, at the end of the day, whatever stats or what I mean, the whole whatever you're gonna say, Draymond Green is good on the basketball court. I guarantee you, we go look at the stats. It's gonna state it. That's why you failed to realize it. You are sitting here avoiding it. No one's saying Draymond Green's the greatest player of all time. His stats don't say that. So he's not one of the greatest players of all time. But what he does for the Warriors, his stats show for it. That ball facilitation, his defense,
Assists,
his actual rebounding,
rebounds,
all that
blocks.
shows.
Those
It
show.
shows on his stats. So whatever
It
it is that
doesn't.
you want to talk, yes, it does.
It
Why
doesn't
wouldn't
because
it? Yes, it
how
does
many points
show.
Who led the
right
team in
now?
assists? Who led those
As we
teams in
talking,
assists?
how many points
We're
Draymond
not
averaged
talking
for his
about him
Scored
career?
score. We're not
points.
talking about.
Right
We're
now
not talking
as
about
we
points.
talk.
He's a playmaker
But
on
that,
the team. Who
Nobody
led
said
those
anything
teams
about
in
points.
assists?
Who
Who
says
led
anything
those
about
teams in
points?
assists?
Who
hey
talks about
Johnny, that's
points?
so hey Johnny, you just said you go by totals. What is Draymond total points? Like what's his total? You said
Okay,
40,000 points.
Mingle
Scored.
That
Jester.
lets me know that
When
LeBron
are
is
we
the
ever
greatest player of
sat
all
He's
here?
the
time.
best scorer on the team. No
What
one says he's the best scorer on the team.
well,
No
that's
one
my
says he's the best
oh
scorer.
Lord, that's my
There's
point.
more
That's
than
my point.
scoring
A
on
lot
the
of that stuff
floor.
ain't gonna show up on the stat sheet. That's what I'm telling you. That's my
No, the
point.
stuff that he does show on the stat. Okay, so what does Draymond Green do on the floor, Mingle Jester? What does he do on the basketball? We know he doesn't score. So what does he do?
Tell us. Come on. We're
The,
waiting.
st- the
This is
stuff
a
the stuff
stat.
Draymond do half of the time it doesn't
No,
show up
not
on
the
the stat
stats.
sheet.
No.
Show us.
What does he do?
Tell us
It
what
doesn't
does he
really
do on
show
the
up a lot
court.
of the stuff that he does.
What is that? What is that? Tell us
What
what
does he
that
do?
is. What is that?
Like for example, Draymond does do a lot of the like the dirty work for the team, like you know what I'm saying, getting those loose balls and switching on this player and that player to get this turnover or preventing the defense. Like a lot of that stuff that Draymond does, yeah, he run the offense. Now that may show up by his assist. A lot of people say, well, okay, look, that shows up because how many assists he averaged. But other than that, like it ain't really nothing else that really shows up that
He led the team in steals. He led the team in rebounds. He led the team in
Steals
assists.
is not a good stat for defense.
He gets on the
Stephen
floor,
Curry
does the
led the
dirty
league in
work.
steals.
Rebounds and steals.
Stephen Curry led the league in steals. Is he a
And
great
he led
defender?
his and the
Allen Iverson
other
led the
years.
league in
No,
steals. Is
wait.
he a great defender?
No, but nobody's ever saying that these guys are what's it called?
Like
Because
the steals
because
doesn't
all the
matter.
other
I mean, when you
factors.
talk
Do they
about
rebound
defense,
like Draymond Green? Wait, do they rebound like Draymond Green? No. Do they cause turnovers? Because there are stats that tell you how many turnovers Draymond Green actually causes. You don't know those stats, but he actually is one of the best in the league in it. It's just because you don't know it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. There's a stat to track everything they do on the basketball court. That's the whole point. Those the stats are there for.
I'm gonna pull up their best year in 2016 when they won 73 games. He led the team in defensive rating. He had the lowest.
that's trash.
Defensive box plus or minus. He led the team in steals, and he led the team in rebounds, and he led the team in assists. So how does his stats not show how great he was?
Listen at what and listen at what you just said. You said he led the league in defensive rating.
No, team.
No, his team. What he does for his team, his impact on his team, like you
He
said, the
led the
things that,
team.
that
He led the
we show.
team.
Yeah, we're showing you.
Okay, he
We're
led the
showing you
team.
all the things that you quote
Okay.
unquote claim the stats that can't tell you. We're giving you the stats. The stats are telling it to you.
They really doesn't. The stats really
It
doesn't tell
does.
you everything. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
He can't explain all the words. That's
He can't
basically
explain
what
no
he's saying.
basketball.
He
They
explain
can't. They can't explain basketball. They can't talk basketball. They can't. They have trouble. It's very difficult. That's why he said, "Oh, go James Kingdom."
What are you talking about? I literally just did.
No, you
He gave
didn't.
an example.
You don't use no clever. You're not clever enough. You're
I
not
literally
clever enough.
just did.
You got to be
So wait,
clever.
let-
You're not
You
clever
gave
enough.
an example when they answered your example. That's exactly what
And
they
I told
just
you
did.
what the example was.
They answered your example.
They did not
What do you
answer
have-
my example because,
what do you
like I
have
told you,
We
Steals is
showed
not a
you
real
all the things
defensive
that he
stat.
does that you claim that we can't measure with the stats, and we showed you the stats that measure exactly what you say he does. All the stuff that he does.
Steals is not a defensive stat.
That yes, it is. Is it a
It's
turnover? Is it
really
a forced
not.
turnover?
You
Mingo
can't judge a
Jester.
player off steals.
Answer my question, Mingo Jester. Answer my question, Mingo Jester. When you mention causing a turnover, is a steal a cause of a turnover? Is that what that is?
Not necessarily because a loose ball can be a turnover.
Loose ball.
Yes,
Why is there a
it
loose?
can be
Why is there a loose ball?
You can drop
Why
a
is
loose
there a
ball.
loose
That's a
ball?
turnover.
Why is there a
The
loose
ball can
ball?
go out
Why
of
is there?
bounds. That's a turnover.
No, that's not a steal. That's not a steal. The ball goes out of bounds. It's not a steal.
That's
You
my
have to put.
yes.
No,
That's what you
Draymond
said.
Green.
Turnover.
Draymond Green. No, you said causing a turnover. Is a steal causing
I
a
did not say causing a
turnover?
turnover. You said causing
Yes, you
a
did
turnover.
say that. You said
I did
that those
not.
are.
You did.
Yes, you did. You said that causing turnovers. You cannot see that in the
turnover.
stats. You said that. You said that.
I did not say anything about turnovers. You did.
He don't remember what he said. He don't.
Oh, I did not say anything about turnovers. Hey, Johnny mentioned something about a turnover.
No, that was your words. That's
That
why the
was
show is
not my word.
recorded
I
every
said no. I
Sunday.
know what I said. I ain't say nothing about turnovers. What I said was steals is not a real is not a real defensive stat. That's what I said. Hey, Johnny mentioned something about. He said ain't steals is
Before
a turnover.
steals came up.
He
Before
said when
steals
you get
came
a steal,
up.
ain't that's a turnover. Hey, Johnny said that. I didn't mention nothing about turnovers. He did.
But before steals came up, you talked about how these are things that you cannot measure. You brought up turning over the ball, causing turnovers.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up the last title and when he was a little bit older. He led the team in blocks. He was second in steals. He led the team in assists. He led the team in rebounds. He led the team in defensive rebounds as well. He had the lowest defensive rating on the team, and he led the team in defensive block plus or minus again. So by what you said, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, because a lot of the stuff.
Really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, those stats right there, everything that you just named, like defensive rating, you can't really count on defensive rating. I never go by defensive rating. You never go by defensive rating.
Okay, he was first in blocks,
but
first
not a
in
block,
defensive
the steal,
rebounds,
not a block.
second in steals.
What you said? Blocks plus minus a rebound.
He was.
And I guess whatever else you said.
He was first in blocks on the team, first in total rebounds on the team, first in defensive rebounds on the team, first in assists, first in defensive block plus or minus, and he had the best defensive rating on the team. How does his play does not show on the stats?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Because a lot of the other stuff that he does, it doesn't. That's just one part of his game. A lot of the other stuff that he does, it doesn't show.
Mingo, I have a question for you.
Are you trying to prank us with this idiot take or something like
Hold
this?
on,
Doesn't
Brandon.
make any sense.
Brandon, let me ask him a question real fast. Let me ask him a question.
Just tell us what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What other stuff he does? Just tell us. That's it.
Mingle, I got a question for you.
There's nothing you can pick up.
So, Mingle,
Go ahead, man.
So in 2012, when LeBron led the entire league in defensive blocks plus minus, that didn't mean anything. Like when he was guarding like these guys, all five positions with regularity. When he was actually like one of the like more defensive forces, like when he was not leading the league in steals or blocks, but he was so cerebral defensively. He was shutting down the best player on a nightly basis. His switches were so fundamental. Like he could, his lateral movement was so great. He was forcing bad shots. He was doing all kinds of things that like you can't really measure statistically on the court. But the actual box or the actual things that matter show that he was arguably the best defensive player in the league. Like, where do you come out on that argument?
Silence.
So this is my thing. Real talk. I heard when we was talking about Draymond, because I had to step away. Draymond does a lot of dirty work. So he's gonna grab rebounds. He's gonna play defense, usually on take tough assignments, and grab rebounds, right? Kind of like what LeBron James has done for his entire fucking career. Not only did he do that, he led almost every team he was on in scoring. So what are we talking about? What so if we're sitting here saying Draymond Green does all the dirty work, what was LeBron James doing for the first, 14 years of his career?
Being the GOAT.
Like, are we serious right now? I think
No, serious.
the first player to actually average more points than LeBron James on a team was AD. Like, are we serious?
No.
And he did that once. All right, let's go ahead and
let's move on to the next person. We got Mikhail in the building. Thank you for joining us here again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B League and A Johnny. We do this every Sunday. We appreciate you. Thank you. What you got for us for today's topic? As you can see, we're talking LeBron James being the GOAT and so many other different things because guys can't accept it. What you got for us for today?
Right. Well, I was going to say that I'm not sure why you're up here capping. It's obvious that LeBron's biggest weakness was his jump shooting. Like I was saying, when you go and take a look at the finals against the Mavericks, finals in 2007 against the Spurs, we can even go in 2013 against the Spurs, where he had trouble. I mean, luckily they pulled it out, but it was obviously not the same LeBron. I mean, when he played against these teams that would scheme for his lack of jump shooting, they would play zone, they would stag off him, they would dare him to shoot, and they would close late, and it was extremely effective, and which was a huge part, which why he was 4-6 in the finals. So like I said, I'm not sure why you're up here fucking capping, man.
So LeBron couldn't shoot, so that's why he made it to 10 finals and won 4 titles. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I said, man. What I said was when he played against the Mavericks and the Spurs, the multiple times he played against the Spurs, it was clear that the Spurs were the better team, and
Spurs was the better team all 3 times. Yes, that's true.
Right, and that was because they were able to exploit, or Kawhi Leonard and with Tim Duncan, and just they were able to exploit his lack of jump shooting. Like I said, what did Kawhi hold him to? Sub 35% in 2014. Ran them off the court, and he couldn't make a shot. So what's
Didn't LeBron shoot 58% from the field?
He shot 50, like 57% and averaged like 28
I was just like, this is insane, bro.
I mean, that's what happens.
We got this, man. We got this, man. Don't worry, we got this.
This what happens when you don't watch the game. LeBron James in the last 2 games of the 2013 finals, he had 35 plus. So why didn't he get stopped in those two games if he couldn't shoot? Why did he have over 35 points in both games and won the series if he couldn't shoot?
I mean, he still can't shoot. He gets his buckets in the different types of ways.
So he's versatile.
Obviously, he has the ball the entire game. When he's very good in transition. He's very good in transition.
So he's very good scoring. Okay. He's very good scoring.
But as far as like a half-court offense and just, off-ball movement, spacing, it's just not LeBron's strength. Hold
on. Why would someone who's the point guard on the team be off the ball?
Well, like you can take a look. You can just take a look at Steph Curry, who's
He's
the best
off the
point
ball because
guard,
he's not
the
the
best
point guard.
of all
Draymond Green's the
time.
point guard on the team.
Draymond Green
is
is not
that
the
point guard on the
Steph
team.
Steph Curry is the primary ball handler. He's the primary ball handler when they run pick and roll. He has the ball the majority of the game. He's making most of the decisions. But when it's a Steph Curry, Draymond Green pick and roll, Steph Curry is the one that's creating the 3-on-4 advantage, right? Steph Curry is the one that's making the plays. Draymond Green is not making the plays, right?
Stephen Curry cannot make no plays.
Staying stationary, usually just waiting for Steph Curry to get open. You're acting saying like Steph Curry does all the work. I could make those passes. Everybody can make those fucking passes, man. Steph Curry does all the work.
Okay. It's obvious you don't really watch the game. So I'm gonna explain something to you. Do you remember when the Golden State and the Lakers played their series in the playoffs in 2023, I believe it was?
Yes,
23. Do you remember that series?
2023.
Yeah, when the Lakers and Golden State played in the playoffs. Do you remember that series?
No, I didn't watch that series.
I'm pretty sure you can. So I'm gonna tell you what happened.
That was when Golden State had Chris Paul, right? Golden State had Chris Paul. I was not interested in the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
You don't even know basketball. You don't even know basketball.
Anyway, let me explain this to you. Anthony Davis and LeBron James did not guard Draymond Green, so he couldn't play make. So they backed up from him, and Golden State had to have Steph Curry be the primary playmaker on the team. Steph Curry could not get his shot off because he was bringing the ball up the court, trying to create. Steph Curry was not scoring. The team was not being productive.
See, this is how I know you're low IQ, bro. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Let me finish.
No fucking
you
idea
didn't even
what
watch
you're
the
talking about.
series. You didn't watch the
Steph
series, but I know what I'm
Curry
talking
is the
about.
primary ball handler.
Okay, you didn't watch the series, so let me tell you what happened. Steph Curry had to be the primary playmaker, and he could not get off his shot because he's constantly trying to get everybody else involved. That's why they need Draymond Green to make sure Steph Curry is running off screens, doing pick and pops to get his three-point shot off. Draymond Green going down the court, finding Steph Curry open in the corner at the top of the key. Draymond Green is the primary playmaker, ball handler, facilitator on the team, and it's been this way since 2015. Because I know you don't watch the games. You clearly said you don't watch the games. You don't even know.
Like I said, Golden State's best offense. Golden State's best offense is the Draymond Green, Steph Curry pick and roll with Steph Curry, or it's always been the Golden State Warriors' most efficient offense with Stephen Curry as the primary ball handler coming off a Draymond Green pick, forcing a trap. They have to trap Stephen Curry when he comes off the pick, which opens up Draymond in the short roll, which he's able to throw lobs or hit the corner for open shots. This is Steph Curry created. This is not Draymond Green, man. I'm not sure they have to trap Steph Curry because of his marksmanship from the fucking 3-point line. They're forced to trap.
When was the last time you saw Golden State play?
Or they're forced to switch. One or the other.
When was the last time you seen Golden State play basketball?
Like I said, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. That's a stupid ass question, bro. That's a stupid fucking question. Like I said, look it up. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors' best offense was when Curry is the primary ball handler.
False.
Coming off a Draymond Green pick and roll. You're a fucking idiot, bro. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Where was the last time you seen Golden State play basketball? When was the last time you seen Golden State play?
This dude does not know what he's talking about. He's dumb as fuck. I can't take it anymore.
Did he just leave?
Why did he just leave? Asking that question? What does that matter, bro?
When was the last time you seen Golden State?
What is that? I've watched Golden State my whole fucking life, man.
You just said you haven't watched them in the last 3 years.
I said I didn't watch in 2023 when they had Chris Paul because they were hacks. They was what?
You said you didn't watch Golden State play the Lakers in the playoffs, and Chris Paul was not on that team. So when was the last time you seen Golden State play basketball? if you can't answer it, if you can't answer, what's the point of being up here? All right, you go ahead and leave. Since you can't answer a simple question.
Bro, I can't. He really is trying to sit here and say Steph Curry is the primary ball handler on the team when we literally see Draymond Green initiate the offense every fucking play.
Steph Curry says that Draymond Green runs the offense himself.
You know
Steph Curry's mouth.
You know what's the funniest thing about that whole scenario? Whenever they bring up what Stephen Curry does on the court, they never bring up Stephen Curry not running around the screen. They act like Draymond Green not giving it. He heard what he said, that Draymond Green gives a screen, then they got to trap Curry with Draymond's man, and then Draymond can pass to other people.
Why the hell would you go out
but wait a
and guard
minute.
Draymond
Who is Draymond Green passing the ball to? The other three men are guarded. There's two people on Stephen Curry. There's nobody on Draymond, and the other three defenders are guarding the other three players. So who is Draymond Green? If that's the case, Draymond Green should be averaging 30 points per game. They don't know the game of basketball. They don't know the game of basketball. They come up here and make up all these narratives. First of all, what does LeBron James being able to shoot or not have to do with him being a great basketball player, a great scorer, great everything, a winner? There's plenty of players that can't shoot the basketball from the perimeter, even including Michael Jordan. He don't want to mention Michael Jordan couldn't make the finals all those years because he couldn't shoot. They had to actually change the NBA rules to allow Jordan to get to the paint whenever he wants to because Jordan really couldn't shoot the basketball. Jordan can't shoot from the perimeter. He's not a great shooter. There's no evidence to show Michael Jordan's a great shooter at the game of basketball. But they just want to lie. That's making up shit. LeBron James shoots better from the perimeter than Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
No, he
but they don't
Jordan
want
45% for his career.
That's not for his career. Jordan averaged 44% for 4 years. You don't know what Michael Jordan was shooting in 1988 when the Detroit Pistons said Jordan shoot. In 89 when Detroit Pistons said Jordan shoot. In 1990 when they told Jordan shoot. And he lost and he couldn't do nothing because he couldn't get to the paint. They were making him shoot the ball and he lost. It got so bad Michael Jordan said I don't even want to shoot no more. I'm just gonna pass because y'all claim that I'm messing up the game. That's how bad it was for Jordan when he couldn't get to the paint or get to the rim. And he was never as good as LeBron James at doing that even. Those are all lies that y'all bring up. Straight up lies. But I see Lamont join the panel. What up, Lamont? What you got for us? Because these dudes are straight cap liars.
I wish he didn't stay, did he?
Nah, he got kicked off. He lucky he didn't get put in the dugout. He lucky he didn't get put in the dugout.
Hey, Lamont, before you go, let me get mine off so you can have some material too,
No,
man.
hold on. Well, listen, all y'all gonna take y'all turn. We will address everybody when it's your turn. People don't show up to talk to none of y'all. They show up to talk to Brandon and I. This is the GOAT James Kingdom show. We let y'all open up the panel, let everybody get a chance. We let that dude Mikal speak. All he did was lie. He got all upset because he said we were lying about LeBron James shooting, when at the end of the day, LeBron James is a 4-time champion, the all-time leading scorer, who has a better field goal percentage than his favorite player, but he wants to talk about shooting. Like that changes anything. As if Kobe wasn't shooting 38, 34% from the mid-range or shooting horrible from the field and many of finals. Versus Indiana, versus Detroit, versus Boston. But y'all don't know the game of basketball. All y'all want to do,
them, man.
Of course, it's because they don't watch the games.
Exactly.
They don't watch it. They can't
anti-LeBron.
break down no film. They're anti-NBA. They're anti-NBA. They're not good for basketball. They're zesty Jeffries. They get exposed all the time on GOAT James Kingdom. That's all we do here is expose people who can't talk the game. You can't tell me stats don't matter when you don't like the stats.
Exactly, when it doesn't fit your narrative.
And then when the stats fit your narrative, you want to say, oh, well, look, the stats say this, right? What stat is he going to use to say LeBron James can't shoot if y'all say stats don't matter? What are we going to use? What are you going to say? How are you going to say that? You're going to say, oh, they were playing off of him? Well, of course you're going to play off of LeBron. He can get to the paint at will. That's what you do to somebody who attacks the basket. You play off of them.
It's called basketball. You kind of
You guys can't talk. You guys can't talk the game. You don't know basketball. That's why you show up on a Sunday afternoon and we have to do the Lord's work and let y'all know how to talk the game of basketball. That's right, Travis. Grab your hat tip your hat because like I told you, we are identifying, we are marking, and we are cataloging all Zesty Jeffrey and all Zesty Jeffrey logic, and they are brought to GOAT James Kingdom for their burial site. We killing all that bullshit. Because we've been told y'all LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. We don't have to question nothing no more. He's the GOAT. He's been the GOAT. All you can do is cry about it.
Oh, what is this
Because
take?
you don't know nothing about Michael Jordan's career other than how you can compare it to LeBron to make Michael Jordan seem relevant. If we take LeBron James out of this, there's no way you can call Jordan the GOAT. There's no way. You have nothing to say. Nothing at all. But we're gonna let y'all try. We're gonna let y'all try. We know Peter always holds a zesty Jeffrey Logic, even though I got nothing but respect for you, Peter, being down here from Miami, holding it down for the Caribbean. But we do know you hold zesty Jeffrey Logic. So what you got for us today, brother?
Man, I ain't got much, man. That's kind of came to reiterate the same stuff I say all the time regarding LeBron. Maybe it's a mental block with me, but the last time I recall seeing LeBron not being on an absolutely loaded team where he has guys. Yeah, this. You just got to grin and bear it, brother. Yeah, let it burn. Let it burn. I know you be getting triggered, but
here we go. Let's
again,
go.
like
Bring your team logic again. Team excuses. Come on.
I brought up Anthony Davis's prowess as an offensive player about 2 shows ago, and Johnny tore into me saying that LeBron and Rondo made him. Not completely discounting the year in 2017 he didn't have Rondo, and he was averaging 28 points, leading the league in per. Right, and then you look at a guy like Dwayne Wade, same thing. A couple years prior to joining LeBron, he was like top 3 in per. 09 and 010. So the 08-09 and the 9-10 season, right? So my basic point is, compared to players like
so LeBron was number 1, but okay.
So he can't have teammates?
Yeah, a couple of those.
Yeah,
no. Hold on, I'm coming to a point, guys. I'm coming to a point.
Let him talk. And while he talks, we're gonna show you the eye test of why Anthony Davis averages so much points when he's playing with LeBron James. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead. Talk, because you're not watching the games. You don't watch the games. Here go Anthony Davis getting the easy basket.
Y'all can hear me?
Oh yeah, let's go. Go ahead, talk. We can talk.
What I'm talking about is when I look at guys like Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, Tim Duncan, Jordan, right? Elijah, I've seen those guys win at the highest level without an inordinate amount of talent, particularly on offense. Right? The times that I've seen for the 10 years or so where LeBron is quote unquote, when we're talking about guys like Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, these are guys who command double teams. Pippen isn't a guy that commands a double team, and please don't cap. He's a good offensive player. He's not a guy who can command a double team, right? Then he would add another top 15 guy on top of that in a Bosh or a Kevin Love, right? In the seasons where he had good teams but not like inordinate talent, I saw him get absolutely spanked in the playoffs, particularly in the 08 series against Boston, shooting 35%, 6 turnovers. Like, his offense he's not dynamic enough offensively. I haven't seen it. You guys think it's all about totals, but I'm talking about where you have to carry an offense.
Peter, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
In your top, and let's exclude Hakeem, because Hakeem is always going to be the easy answer for this. Give me any player in your top 10 or 15 that wasn't on a team that was considered either one of the greatest of that era or one of the greatest of all time. Give me a player that's in your top 15 that wasn't on a team that was not considered one of the greatest of that era or one of the greatest of all time. Kareem played on one of the greatest teams of all time.
Hey, how you doing?
Bill Russell played on one of the greatest teams of all time. Jordan played on one of the greatest teams of all time. Larry Bird played on one of the greatest teams of all time. Tim Duncan played on one of the greatest teams of all time. Steph Curry played on one of the greatest. Great players are always generally on great teams. And so what your argument is dumb, saying that LeBron. Hold on. No, what you said was, you said you can't get your head unwrapped around this conundrum that LeBron has played with a whole bunch of great players.
No.
So what I'm asking you is, hold on, you brought this up. So what I'm asking you is, give me Just let me hear what players in your top 10 were able to get into your top 10 because and do all these great things without an all-time great team.
Well, I'd say the 03 Spurs weren't an all-time great team, but it was second year Tony Parker. I believe that was Manu's rookie year.
David Robinson.
Yeah, he was. Come on, David. D-Rob was a cadaver, just running around.
Okay, hold on. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying win one championship. What I'm saying is, what player in your top 10, because you don't crack the top 10 off of one championship, you crack the top 10 off a career. What player in your top 10 or 15 did not play with the team that was considered one of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I gave you an example. You rejected it. So
No. Hold on. No. What I'm saying is, but Tim Duncan has played on a team that was considered one of the best in his era or all time.
No, but Lamont, my point was I've seen those guys raise the ceiling of guys who aren't like dominant players. Like Klay Thompson isn't a dominant player.
Klay Thompson is going to go down as a top 3 shooter in NBA history. What are you talking about?
Yes, but he's nowhere on the level of a prime Dwayne Wade or Anthony Davis.
It don't matter.
He's nowhere. He's not in that class at all.
And then the things that you're saying about Scottie Pippen commanding the double team, what you're not taking into consideration is the era. The era of the 90s did not require that the second option needed to command the double team because of the illegal defense and because of how teams approach the game of basketball.
I wanted to address that. You telling me if they ended up with when they put Scottie at the point guard and you ended up with Isaiah Thomas or John Stockton sticking him that they didn't command a double team by going to the post with Scottie Pippen? Who's guarding Scottie Pippen? Name me the small forward that's guarding.
Scottie commanded a double team in '94 without Jordan.
Listen, Peter, name me the small forward that you're throwing on Scottie Pippen and you're saying he can guard Scottie Pippen, no problem. You don't need a double team.
Shit, you could. Dominique, he wasn't like a great.
Dominique couldn't play defense. What are you talking about?
That's my point.
Dominique didn't play a lick of defense. What are you talking about?
That's to show you.
Dominique's gonna need double team against Scottie Pippen. He's gonna need help. He is. Yes.
Really?
No, next player.
How was the first player you name a non-defensive player?
He never seen Dominique play.
Because
No, wait. First of all, Dominique wasn't even in the dominating in the. He wasn't even dominating. He wasn't even dominating in the '90s when the Bulls were so great. Again, name me another small forward that you're gonna say you're guarding Scottie Pippen alone. We're not giving you no help as a coach. Pick one. You gotta say it. Don't do that. No,
I don't think
it does matter. It does matter. That's why Scottie Pippen was one of the greatest players to ever play the game of all time. That's why he's an all NBA player. Because Scottie Pippen was averaging a crazy amount of points. He was one of the greatest players in transition of all time, going downhill. He was one of the greatest finishers of the '90s. What are you talking about?
Well, Peter, how many times did LeBron James play with a teammate that was also top 10 in MVP voting?
In that same year, you're saying in the same season?
Only Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I think Wade finished top 10 and 11, didn't he?
Never.
What did Wade finish in 11? He had to have been top 10.
There's only been Anthony Davis, my guy.
You said in the top 10?
Yeah. Because Scottie Pippen did it, I think, 4 times.
I'm going to say with 2011, too. Wade didn't finish top 10 in MVP voting.
It's not Wade. It's only Anthony Davis.
That Heat were not that good in 2010 for Dwayne Wade to be up there. That's what you guys fail to realize. You guys act like the Heat were dominating the league in 2011. They were not that good. They didn't have the best record in their conference. They were worse than Boston. They were worse than again. Yes, to be a top 10, you got to be a good team. He's not even up there.
I mean,
why would they make him up?
What about top 5?
Yeah, I want to say I could look it up, but I want to say what did LeBron finish in MVP voting in 2011? Third, I think, right? It was Rose. I think wasn't it Dwight Howard second?
No, he finished second.
They say
Right,
Dwayne
and
Wade
so-
was 7th in 20. They say Dwayne Wade was 7th in 2011.
I have a question.
Yeah, he had to be top 10 because he had virtually
Y'all don't mind
identical
if I can ask a
stats.
question,
He
Peter,
had
a question?
virtually identical
But
stats to
it don't
LeBron.
matter.
So how
It
would he
don't matter.
not?
It don't matter that because at the end of the day, Scottie
It does
Pippen.
matter. You say
No, it
stats
does
matter,
not
I'm
because
saying it
because
don't matter.
94, 93, 94, 92, Scottie Pippen is just as good as 2011, 2012, 2013 Dwayne
See,
Wade.
don't say
You
it.
want
Why
wait?
did you say
Yes,
that?
because
Why
no,
you trying
because this
to-
what you're
why you
doing.
trying to make
Because
me
what you
mad,
trying
bro?
no because what you're doing is this. Don't cut me off. What you're doing is this. You're using 2009, 2010 Dwayne Wade to say why LeBron James didn't have a 2009, 2010 Dwayne Wade. He didn't have that one. He had the
did in
2011. That's not the
Yes.
same Dwayne Wade. That's not the
And
same
even
Dwayne Wade.
No, 2011 Wade was still in his prime. Did you
It
forget what
wasn't
happened in the
29.
playoffs?
It wasn't 2009 or 2010 Dwayne
Yes,
Wade.
it
It wasn't
was.
that one. It was
Yes, it
not that
was.
guy. No, it was not. No,
Who
it was
led the
not.
team-
Because
who led
because
the team
Dwayne
in the
Wade
playoffs
because
in
Dwayne
scoring?
Wade made the all defensive team those years. He didn't make it in 2011.
Who led the team in scoring in the playoffs that season, John? In the playoffs.
We're not talking
in
about
2011.
Dwayne Wade led his team in scoring in the playoffs in 2009 and got swept in the first round. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with the conversation.
I'm
the
saying
conversation
he's still on
is
that-
how good. No,
he
no,
was
no,
on
Peter,
that
don't cut me
level,
off. Peter, don't cut me off. The conversation
why you
is
getting so tight, bro?
because
Like,
it's my turn to speak. It's my turn to speak. I'm exposing you. You don't cut people off. I let you speak. You said a lot of bullshit without having anything to back it up with. You said Scottie Pippen doesn't command double team. That's a lie. You make it seem like Scottie Pippen wasn't the top player in the 90s with Michael Jordan. Nobody else had that. Dwayne Wade wasn't that. There were other teams that had equivalent duos. You guys are making it seem like Dwayne Wade and LeBron James were playing in the 90s. If they were playing in the 90s, they would have won 6 championships as well. But they didn't play in the 90s like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen were able to play in. You're making up bullshit narratives that mean nothing in the GOAT debate. None of that matters. LeBron James is a 4-time champion. That's what he is. Jordan 6, that's it. Jordan choked 3 straight playoff years. LeBron never choked 3 straight playoff years. Never. Jordan got swept in the first round twice, back to back. He was the 8th seed. LeBron's never been the 8th seed, man. Jordan was the 8th seed in the 23-team league. That's how garbage he was. Why we gotta do this? Why do we gotta measure actual failures when Jordan is the king of failures? Let me ask you this: you talked about LeBron James and all this other failures. Who in your top 10 has 5 losing seasons on their resume? Name them. Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan.
Bro, why you so mad though, bro? Like,
I'm
let
not
me know
mad.
when I can talk, bro.
I'm not. I'll let you know when you can talk. You're right. That's how. Thank you. That's how you show respect when you show up on GOAT James Kingdom. Cause we gonna let you talk, but you gonna sit here and take the exposure when it's time for the exposure. That's why I get like this. Because you lied. You showed up here and just
Y'all
lied.
get so triggered, bro. Like,
It's
all I
not
said,
triggered.
remember, this is a personal thing for me. Remember, I said that at the beginning, right? As far as how I look at the game and how I assess players.
Okay.
Like, I've seen. Go ahead.
Well, why does I understand what you're saying, bro? But why does a player have to hold up to that? Why does something like that matter? Like, I don't see why that matters.
For me, when I assess the overall effect that a player has on a team, that's that's one of the biggest keys of how I assess it. Your ability to raise, I don't want to say mediocre, because I wouldn't call guys like Clay mediocre, but not having inordinate talent, being able to still dominate the game and still.
You're talking about LeBron James.
And still have a center and still be
What
centered.
is he talking
Hold
about?
on, guys.
You're
Let me
describing
finish what I'm
LeBron
saying.
James. You're describing how great LeBron is.
Nah,
You're
not
describing
really.
how-
You're literally
how
breaking
great
down.
No.
Bro, what are you
No.
talking
No.
about? Jordan
What he
never
said-
lost
what
to
he said-
anybody.
hold on,
He
y'all.
never
What he
limited
said-
anybody.
Did you watch
This
The
is what he
Last
said.
Dance? He was an
How you
awful
come up
teammate.
here and say that someone is not something, but then compare him to LeBron's career? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because
He
he's saying that
literally sat
LeBron.
here and
what
said
he's
the
saying- this is what he's
ability
saying.
to
This is what I
lift your
got.
teammates.
Who did Jordan lift
Got.
when the
Twin Nick.
greatest GM of that time gave him and put around him the
Nah,
greatest
if
player
it's
of that
well,
time?
if you
What are you talking about?
if you
Hold on,
look
so-
at the if
oh
you
my
look at
God.
the
That's not what
offensive
he
load
said.
that
That's not
Jordan
what it is.
carried in those,
That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
if
not
you
what
look
it
at
is.
the
Wait,
if you
hold on.
look at the
There's nothing to look at because you're not making any sense.
Wait, Pete, I have a question for you, Pete.
Let him put himself in a quicksand. Let him continue. Y'all keep cutting him off. He's giving us gems.
I want to ask
He's
one
giving
question,
us
Pete, though.
gems.
That's not what he's
Let him
saying.
keep saying. Let him keep explaining why Jordan
let me hear
isn't the
Travis.
GOAT.
He's the most
Continue.
let me hear Travis. He's the most unemotional, sensible guy up there. So I'd like to hear what Travis got to say.
Appreciate that, Pete. But I just go quick for it. You know, the only player in league history to have his sidekick finish top 5 in DPOY voting at least 4 times and MVP in the same stretch of career. They played together.
You talking about Pippen?
Yes.
Right. I mean, my thing isn't about Pippen not being a great player. I'm saying I haven't seen. And listen, here's the thing too. When LeBron got these players, he was never dynastic. If he's who these guys are, he's never spearheaded a dynasty. Like, what dynasty has he led? If he's
The
who we
Heat
say
dynasty.
he is, right?
The Heat dynasty.
He's the
Nah,
That's just
that wasn't no dynasty.
You just talking about preference now. You're not really
Loud
saying
and wrong.
And that's what they don't get. So I get called emotional, all this other stuff, just so that they can be biased, just so they can keep their
Right,
personal
that doesn't
preference.
even make
That's what
any
makes it
sense.
so upset. That's why I don't waste my Sunday afternoon to tell me how you feel. I'm not your therapist. I don't need to help you understand why the 90s still is something you need to hold on to. You need to take that shit to another show, to another program that allows you to sit in this nostalgia and not grow up. You have to grow up. And when you grow up, you realize Michael Jordan didn't have all those stuff that you said he did have. He had help. He had the most help of the 90s. No one had more help than Michael Jordan. No. Again, he had the most help of the 90s. The most help. He went and recruited Dennis Rodman, an all NBA player. And LeBron did the same thing. When he went and got the players that you said he needed, he won. He won, and he faced tougher competition. He beat better teams. He played against better players. He played more All-Stars, more All-NBA players, more league MVPs, more defensive players of the years, more scoring champs, more rebounding champs, more block champs, more steals champs, more assist champs. He beat all of them. And Jordan couldn't compare to that because Jordan played in the 1900s where the game was very easy.
Let me give you an example, Johnny. Like the 08 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Celtics always stands out for me when I think about LeBron's career, right? That year, LeBron finished second in MVP voting, right? I think they won. They won like I want to say 60 plus games that year, right? In that series, they went to 7 games. Right, the team was good enough to go to 7 games. They were a great defensive team and a great rebounding team. Now, he didn't have that great second option, but the second options were more than serviceable in your Mo Williams and your, I believe Delonte was also on that team, right? Now, they barely lost that series, right? And that is with LeBron having a game 1 where he went 2 of 18 and turned the ball over 10 times. And they only lost that game by 4 points. So my point is, they only needed him to not be absolute dog shit to take a middling team over the champions. You get what I'm saying? And if he's
I don't.
guy,
you know how? Wait, no. I got this, Brandon. Brandon, I got this. He's addressing me. I got this, Brandon. Listen. You know why I don't believe you and it's all full of shit? Because when Michael Jordan was the league MVP, defensive player of the year, all NBA first team, all defensive first team, scoring champ, steals champ, he lost to a team that didn't have the defensive player of the year, that didn't have an all defensive player and an all NBA player and have 3 All-Stars. He lost to a team that didn't even have, they had 1 20-point per game score. They had 1 All-Star, no All-NBA player, no All-Defensive player. He didn't even take them 7 games like LeBron James took Boston in 2008. He got knocked out within 5 games. Lost 3 straight games in a row, giving his whole team duds for 3 straight games. That's why the Bulls lost in 1988. You don't hold Michael Jordan to any of the standards you just hold to LeBron to in 2008. Why, Peter?
Cups. Got his ass.
Hey, my bad. I was called.
No, let him answer because sometimes this is what happens. For some reason, every time he gets exposed, his phone and his internet get cooked as well. Answer my question. Why do you hold LeBron James to 2008, but you don't hold Jordan in the same standards, and he was better than LeBron was in 2008?
Right. Again, I'm going to make the point. In 2008, LeBron averaged, I believe, what it was, 22 points.
No. Stop. Don't go there. No, Peter. No, because you have to answer. No, because you already went through that soliloquy. I just broke down. Jordan was better. Jordan averaged more points than LeBron. Jordan was the league MVP. LeBron wasn't. Jordan was the defensive player of the year. LeBron wasn't. Jordan was all defensive first team, all NBA first team. LeBron wasn't. Where was Michael Jordan in 1988? Where was the standards that you're holding LeBron James to because he lost in Game 7 to a team that had Defensive Player of the Year, who had an All NBA player? I gotta make sure you answer my question. You gotta answer my question. You're gonna answer this question. LeBron faced a tougher team, had a lesser season than Jordan, but you holding him to a higher standard. He was more successful in 2008 than Jordan was in 1988. Why do you not hold Jordan to that same? Why doesn't 1988 stick in your mind as much as 2008 does for LeBron?
Well, it's because of how the individuals, players performed in those series. It's not the outcome. I think that's where you're getting it mixed up. I'm not holding it against LeBron that he lost the series. I'm saying the fact that he performed so horribly, yet
same for Jordan. Jordan. Jordan performed horribly, and that's why his team lost 1-4. He played horrible in that series.
Let's look up the numbers. Hold on. Let me
He
get the
played
numbers
horrible.
for you.
He played horrible.
That's why.
He lost in 5.
He lost in style.
LeBron didn't play bad. LeBron averaged. Matter of fact,
give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna get the numbers.
No. Go get whatever numbers you want to get. Whatever numbers you're going to get were the reasons why his team lost. You can't tell me Michael Jordan winning games because he averages 30-something points per game, but then when he doesn't average 30 points per game and he loses, it's not on him. His team played better in that series than any other time in that season, and Jordan didn't. He played worse. He underperformed. That's the facts. He didn't perform like the MVP, like you're bringing up for LeBron. LeBron performed the same way from 2008 as he did in the regular season. He just shot worse because he played against the better defense. Okay, Jordan had the number 1 defense in 1988. The Cleveland Cavaliers wasn't the number 1 defense in 2008.
Michael Jordan last 3 games, he had 24, 23, and 25. LeBron last 3 games, he had 35, 32, and 45. So you say it's not why they lost, but how they played. Explain why Michael Jordan played that bad after averaging how many points? Like 36.
All right. So
he had one 30-point game that series. He had one 30-point game that series.
Yeah. Please explain.
All right, hold on. So, Bealey, I just looked up the numbers for Jordan. In that series, he averaged 27, 9 and 5, and shot 49% from the field. LeBron in his 08 series averaged 22. I can't remember the assist and rebound numbers, and shot 35% with 6 turnovers per game. That's a huge goal.
You're lying. You're lying.
It's how they lost.
What am I lying about?
You're lying because that's somebody average. You're brought up. No, you're bringing up what he did against the Spurs. We're talking about.
No, 08. I said 08. Yeah. It's the same. It's the same stat line. The 07 finals and the 08 Eastern Conference semifinals, same stat line.
Okay. All right, hold on.
35%, a bunch of turnovers. Yeah, look it up.
Hold on, wait. Let's bring it up.
Okay, so
even in 2008. In 2008, no, because 2008 Boston won the championship. That's not the Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the
That's
Spurs.
what I'm saying. That's the team he's playing against. And he didn't average 22 points and shot 35% versus them in the
2000. So what did he average? 2008 in the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Celtics. He shot 35%.
We're going to bring it up right now. Don't worry. They played 7 games, and LeBron James was lighting them up. Just like he does in every series. LeBron James averaged. LeBron James averaged 27 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 2 steals, 1.5 blocks in that series versus the Boston Celtics. Again, a team that had the #1 defense, defensive player of the year, an all-defensive team player, an all-NBA player, 3 All-Stars. Michael Jordan's percentage went down as well. He shot bad. The 49% was not as good as the 54% he was shooting during the regular season and during the playoff series prior to that. Everything went down. Jordan points went down. Jordan field goal percentage went down. Jordan assists went down. Jordan's turnovers went up. Jordan steals went down. Jordan blocks went down. His team lost 3 straight games because he gave them less than 25 points in each game. And they couldn't beat a team with no all-NBA player and no all-defensive player on the roster. Just 1 All-Star. While having the #1 defense in basketball and being the league MVP, the league defensive player of the year. That's all that. That is what Jordan was better in 1988 than what LeBron was in 2008, but you don't hold him to the same standards.
Yeah, Jordan lost 3 straight games. He averaged 24 points per game. And LeBron James' last 3 games, he averaged 37 points per game. So what are you talking about, how they lost? Michael Jordan lost 3 straight and underperformed by far compared to LeBron James.
Bro,
not to mention Jordan. Not to mention Jordan never played in the non-1900s basketball where you have zone defenses, where teams could have really keep you from shooting, getting to the paint. Jordan was very lucky he was playing in an era where he could play one-on-one basketball for the majority of his prime. And in 1988, Jordan was able to not get to the paint, and that's why he lost against the Detroit Pistons. I got film of it. I got footage of it. I got evidence of it. Jordan underperformed. His team lost because of his underperformance, and he did it for 3 straight years in a row versus the same team, versus the same strategy every year until the league changed the rules to help him win.
I told you,
Like,
Johnny's losing in style.
I'm trying to figure out why they just come up here and just lie. Because when he said the
he
said the 08 series against Boston, I sat here and said to myself, nah, he averaged like 27 points. What is he talking about? He shot 35%.
Dude.
In the last 3 games, he averaged 37.
I mentioned Ishmael. I mentioned guys. I mentioned his shooting percentage and his turnovers. I didn't go to points per game.
But you did go
I was off. And I was wrong.
This is the narrative that he had in his head until he got up there. He had this in his head until he got up there.
Gentlemen,
And then,
the main.
Wait a minute.
What were the main things that I mentioned? I mentioned his shooting percentage.
Flip the switch. Flip the script now.
Hold on. I mentioned the 2 main things. Billy, the 2 main things that I mentioned to highlight how bad of a series he had was his shooting percentage and his turnovers. Is that wrong or right? Were those the 2 main things that I mentioned?
You can mention it,
but
that doesn't make it. That doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it bad, and it's not by his team.
That is
lost.
a horrific series. What do you mean?
His team lost. His team lost because
it's a horrific series.
It's not a horrific series, and so is Jordan's 27. That's a horrific series for Jordan. That's why his team lost 1-4.
Hey Johnny, your man's went 2 of 18 with 10 turnovers, bro.
Your man went for 23, 24, and 25 3 straight games and lost all 3 straight games because of it. That's what you don't fail to realize. You don't want to accept that. Your man is why he lost. He couldn't score. He was not passing the ball. He wasn't getting his teammates involved. He wasn't doing nothing.
I think what Peter is trying to say, what doesn't matter is that players like Curry, Jordan, and Jokic won championships without basically a number 2 option that can be looked to double team. LeBron has never won because he's predicated mostly.
Kevin Durant wasn't a number 2 option, or
not even. No, I'm saying that's not just that year because Curry won in 2022 without a Kevin Durant. That's what he's pretty much trying to say is that with LeBron, when he has opportunities, or when they won without having the opportunity of having an elite score. Pretty
Jamal
much.
Murray isn't elite.
That's basically what he's trying to say. Like that's not what. That's not the
Ishmael. Let me help
We
you.
call that being
His
wrong.
argument's dumb.
That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life.
Hold on, wait. I just want to clarify. So we're saying that LeBron or that Jordan also lost that series, not because he averaged 27 points and 50% shooting, but not because of his teammates averaged 8 points per game on 39% shooting. We're not going to point the finger there.
No,
Like,
no,
that
because
wasn't
you're
all.
not.
Can we
No,
all
because you're not. No, because you're not. Wait, because you're not going. You're not going to do. You're not going. Wait. You're not going to say. You're not going to say the same thing when Wally Zerbiak was shooting 35% only 10 points per game.
Sure
You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that.
We're
You're not
going to
going to do
blame
that.
LeBron for averaging 37, 7 and 7 in the last three games before the game seven.
Shooting 35% for the series.
If I'm not, if I'm wrong, I'm saying that I think Peter is giving more credit to the fact that certain players that are able to carry their teams to a championship without having. Hold on,
Jordan never did that though.
What? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
you
it doesn't
really
matter.
don't have to explain this idiotic logic.
Okay,
I'm
saying
we
it
already
doesn't
know
matter.
it doesn't make sense. We
At
know
all.
it don't
It
make
makes
sense.
no sense. That's what I'm
We
saying.
know it
Don't
doesn't
even
make
try to
sense.
explain it. Jordan
Remotely
never
makes no
carried
sense.
a team by himself, and every
Nah,
time
he
he attempted
definitely
it,
did in
he
'98.
lost.
He definitely
No,
did
he
in
That's what he
'98,
believes. You see what I'm
especially
saying?
the
He
finals.
believes that. That's what he goes off. That's what I'm saying.
98.
No, they go off of
Pippen back was
lies.
broke
Those
in
are
98.
all
Media
lies.
narrative.
Wait. Why do you need a 20-point score when fucking John Stockton's only giving you 11 points on the other side of the basketball floor? When the team you're playing can only score 54 points in a basketball game. The 90s was filled with a bunch of players who couldn't play. That's why having Scottie Pippen was such a importance to Michael Jordan that he quit the game because he couldn't have Scottie.
Exactly.
Because Scottie is the best player on the best second player on any team back then. Jordan's not winning with Scottie Pippen against Stephen Curry. He's not beating the Spurs. He's not beating the 08. None of that shit with Scottie Pippen. He's not doing that.
Look at the finals numbers. Pippen led in rebounds, assists, steals. Mike only led in scoring. And that's okay. But let's not create this narrative that Jordan carried teams. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but that's the thing
That's
too,
what they
Johnny.
do.
That
They
point you
can't help
just
but lie. They can't help
the
but
point
lie.
you just
They
made,
just
Johnny,
lie.
is
All they do is lie.
that's
Shit,
a
it's all lies.
You can have your own feelings, bro. You
guys.
cannot have your own facts, man. Come on, we talking ball.
Those are all lies. Even what Travis brought up. Even what Travis brought up. Because like I said, when they faced the Cleveland Cavaliers just the series before, Michael Jordan's teammates didn't play well. They went 5 games. Jordan averaged 45 points per game. Y'all claim Michael Jordan's the reason why they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then the next series shows up. So when the next series show up, why couldn't Jordan even give you his playoff average, let alone the 45 points per game he was averaging in the series before versus a better team?
Hold on. And Joe Dumars is way smaller than him. You know what LeBron would do with a smaller defender on him?
The Cleveland Cavaliers had the second best defense in basketball in 1988 behind the Chicago Bulls. And Jordan was able to put up 45 points against them per game in 5 games.
The GOAT. Bro, you don't want to pull back the Jordan marketing, bro. That's all marketing why y'all think he's the GOAT, man.
It's not marketing.
Nah, not at all. But look.
You're talking about Jordan the GOAT, and he's literally been more marketed than any player in NBA.
It's all marketing. It's Nike and marketing, bro.
He's marketed because he's like that. That's
no,
the point.
it's because he was in the 90s and there was no one else like him at that time.
No, he wasn't like that. He was only marketed like that because he was selling sneakers. He could sell stuff. That's all. And he was high flying. He could dunk. Nobody was dunking like Michael Jordan.
Nobody was doing that before
easy.
That, man.
That's all it is. It had nothing to do with him winning. He wasn't
37
winning, and he was selling products.
54%. That doesn't have anything to do with it. 35, 8 and 8.
No,
that has nothing to do with it, right?
He was selling sneakers.
LeBron 27-7. It didn't matter.
The man sold 1 million sneakers the first week they came out. Jordan didn't even do anything in the NBA. Had nothing to do with that. Jordan was enamored because they told you he was different. Then the highlights showed you he was different because the highlight shows you that he was different. That's it. But he was a loser. They were not opening the papers to find out what Michael Jordan and the Bulls were doing. They were opening up the papers to find out. Again, I am talking. They opened up the papers to find out what Magic Johnson and the Lakers were doing. They opened up the papers for the Boston Celtics to find out what those teams were doing, what the Philadelphia 76ers were doing. The Chicago Bulls was the last thing anybody was worrying about because they were not winning, and they didn't win for years with Michael Jordan. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? When Bobby Knight said in an interview, I can't remember if it was CBS or whatever. Hold on. Let me get it out, guys. When Bobby Knight said in an interview after watching Jordan on the USA team, and that was prior to him coming in the league, right?
Yeah.
And he said, thank you. He said, this is the best basketball player that I ever watched play. This is Bobby Knight, right? Was he saying that because of marketing, or He was
That
just
might have
calling
been the
it how
truth
he.
in '84. This is 2024.
Yeah, but that's my point. It's not hype.
I'm answering
It's
the question.
because.
Don't
ahead.
say because. Don't fucking ask the question, then answer it. It's
Go ahead,
because
bruh.
yes, he was promoting Michael Jordan to be drafted high. He liked Michael Jordan as a kid, and Michael Jordan was the best prospect he ever saw because all he ever saw was prospects.
And
He
Len
didn't know
Bias
nothing
had
else.
died.
Had nothing to do with Michael Jordan being the greatest basketball player he ever seen in general. It had to do with Michael Jordan being the greatest prospect he ever seen in general. Never seen a young man like Michael Jordan. Again, Michael Jordan was a phenom. He was an athletic phenom. But at the end of the day, he was not all of that. That was not what he was. When he got drafted 3rd overall, it was a reason why. He wasn't even better than Akeem Olajuwon in many people's eyes. That's why he said it. Because he wanted people to get their eye on this guard that he was coaching. And obviously, I'm going to talk good about Mike. I'm coaching Michael Jordan. That was him coaching Mike in the USA team and explaining to you that as far as prospect goes, he's never seen anything greater. Michael Jordan's phenomenal. And no one's ever taken that away from Michael Jordan. That has nothing to do with it. But guess what? When the motherfuckers were saying the same shit about LeBron at 15, not at 18, you don't want to bring that up. When LeBron James was cooking Jordan in the pro games at 16 years old and they got footages that don't want nobody to see this shit, you don't want to bring that up. You don't want to bring up that it was Michael Jordan. You don't want, he cooked Jordan. He cooked Jordan. Listen, if you think Michael Jordan would have dominated that pickup game that LeBron was in, you don't think we would have heard about it by now? We never heard about it because it never happened. The reason it never happened was because Jordan actually saw how great LeBron was and gave him the title, the chosen one. So when you want to talk about
them tapes when Jordan Crawford dunked on his ass. I remember that.
So if Bobby Knight's words is so prominent to you, again, I'm going to ask you, why is Jordan's words not prominent to you about LeBron James when he said LeBron James is the chosen one?
Checkmate.
He might have been a chosen one. I don't agree. I don't disagree with that.
That doesn't answer my. Why you can't answer my question? Answer my question again. No. Are you holding it to the same reverence? Is it equal? Which one's more important?
No,
Bobby Knight's word about Jordan or Jordan's words about LeBron? Which one is more significant?
Yeah,
Who
but
has more
LeBron he ain't fulfilled the potential to that level though.
What? Yes, he did.
That's a difference. He could be the chosen one, but he ain't.
Yes, he did. He did.
All-time leading scorer, top 5 in assists.
Again, you avoided the question. The question wasn't how you felt about LeBron's career. The question was whose words holds more sway, Jordan's or Bobby Knight's?
I said Jordan. I ain't got no problem with that.
All right. So now you sit back. Now wait, no. Now you sit back. No, now you sit back and you done. We're gonna because we got other people up here. We're gonna get up out of here. King Money Fly, thank you for joining us. We know who King Money Fly is. He's also on TikTok, always exposing Zesty Jeffries. We're gonna let him up and have a chance to speak. So what you got for us today, King Money Fly?
Man, what's going on, man? Just listen to this madness, yo. Like, it's crazy, yo. What y'all just said. I just want to say something what y'all just said about he was like he didn't fulfill. How can somebody who came out of high school got 4 championships, 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, how he didn't fulfill nothing? Like how he got all that stature, but he didn't fulfill nothing. He's been the greatest prospect since Kareem, and he lived up to the hype. He did everything that he's supposed to do, and yet y'all just still want to hate, right? And more, and he's still going, which is crazy. This man just had 4 straight triple doubles at his age, which is crazy. And it's like they just still want to keep Nick Pick because as we keep going on, they're realizing that this ring argument it's personal and it keep getting the value because we see this man keep playing, right? So we done seen this man play 20 plus years and he's still playing in the league. And then back to the conversation about I hate how they do the teammate aspect. Like,
oh my God,
he's not supposed to have teammates. Like, bro, like what? And
it's
like
a team sport.
First of all, right? You know what I'm saying? But then they nitpick on what they want to use. Like, then my man say, "Yo, y'all want to use totals," but then he goes straight to stats per game. The total and per game is still a stat. Like, bro, it's no difference. It's just a different, different category, but it's the same. Like they pick and choose when they want to use certain things for that player, and it's like, but you don't hold this to no other player but him. But then my question for him is, Peter, name me another player that's in the top 10 that made the playoffs under 500 3 times in a row,
And name me another player that's in the top 10 where his second option. Hold on. Name me another player where the first player, the best player, leaves for a whole year and a half, and he leads his troop to 2 less games than when they had him,
Man,
and he was top 5 in the MVP. Name me somebody, and I'm done.
King Money, let me ask you a
Bro, I
question.
can't.
King
Go
Money
ahead,
Fly
Travis.
was just cooking.
Go ahead, Travis.
King Money, do you think it's hating if you just say like LeBron is a top 3 player of all time?
To me, no, not really necessary. It depends on what's your criteria and what the reason why he where he at. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
no
'Cause, like,
hate.
for me,
It's just how you guys say it. What you say?
right,
Why he's third? That's the problem.
No, I
right.
didn't even say third. I'd have him second.
Man, you got to be
But
hating to
my
have LeBron
criteria
third.
is
Yes, you a
solid.
hater if you
man,
got
you
LeBron
hating if you
third.
got LeBron third.
You
Stop the
hating if you got
bullshit,
LeBron
man.
third, bro. You a hater.
Stop. Stop.
There's
You
no
hating.
other. There is no objective measurement.
Thank
That's why
you.
you're a hater because you're using your biases. That's what we call you a
Exactly.
hater. It's your bias, and it's okay to say that. Be like the hungry man who claims that he's a LeBron hater. He says it. Yeah, I'm a hater. So go. He tells you that. Call me the hater. I know.
I
What
don't have
else
him
do we
third. I have
got?
him
LeBron
second.
sexuals. So at the end, that's what I'm
Travis, I got a
saying.
question for you,
That's it. That's it. And let me tell you something. Anybody who has LeBron James second and Jordan first, you have already surrendered. You just can't see past your biases. That's why you have LeBron second. That's it. There's no reason to put LeBron James third. There is nothing that says LeBron James is third. There's no second guy. Who's that second guy? Because if you put Kareem there, you better put him. You got to put Kareem in front of Jordan. Then it's no point. Yes. What are you going to use to put LeBron in front of Kareem?
Exactly.
What are you going to use? You got to use the same shit. He has the same shit over LeBron that he has over. He has the same thing over Jordan. He has over LeBron. The same shit. Except LeBron actually has some shit over Kareem.
No, you can use.
Hey, Johnny, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I
Because
ask
we're
a
gonna get about it. Go ahead, Twin Man.
I think I've heard some of the craziest takes up here since I've been a part of Go James Kingdom, bro. But LeBron, the craziest take I think I heard was today. I thought stopping crime when Jordan played was the craziest shit I ever heard. Shout out with Peter with a straight face said, quote, LeBron James has not lived up to the hype. He has not achieved enough in his career.
And he meant
that has to be the craziest shit I have ever heard anyone say about a basketball player. Take the championships and shit out. Take it out. We're talking about somebody with 40,000 points, and he is top 10 on almost every statistical category. What are we talking about right now? What?
Hate it.
But see, that's the thing. You gotta. I can't take the championships out. Like,
Peter, whatever you're smoking, you need to share. You need to market it. You need to put that shit to market. That weed, whatever drug you are on, bro, you need to take it and bag it and sell it. Because that is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Don't blame that Gabriel.
We're not going back and forth. We going because we got what's it called here, DC. He's about to go up, and we're gonna let Kion end the show with himself because Kion's been very patient. Shout out to you, Kion. But listen, y'all, the real fact of the matter is that what basically Mingo Jester brought up, Mikhail brought up, Peter brought up was the idea of failing and being the reason why your team failing, underperforming under those failures. And in reality, the only NBA player who has not underperformed and lost under their underperformance is Bill Russell, and they don't make Bill Russell the GOAT because he doesn't have that on his resume. They are not consistent. This is why they have to make up stuff. We heard it before. We heard ceiling raising. We've heard intangible things that we can't measure. Stats don't tell the whole story. We've heard all these crazy terms that mean nothing. Longevity, all of these things, impact. None of these things that could ever have any true definition. Is just a way to just grasp air because they're hoping you're not smart enough as a basketball fan to debunk the bullshit. It's all bullshit. Jordan is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Brandon and I will never tell you Jordan's not great. And we will never tell you can't make Jordan your GOAT. All we're telling you is that if you are making him your GOAT, it's based off of your biases, your personal preference. That's it. You can't be objective. That's why people who have Kobe and Mike 1 and 2, you can never talk basketball with them. They're going to bring you silly stuff about shooting the ball when Jordan and Kobe were inefficient shooters from the perimeter. right? They're gonna bring up all of this nonsense, but they don't know the game of basketball. So that's the problem. At the end of the day, if you want to talk about winning, it's Bill Russell. If you want to talk about losing, it's Bill Russell. Either way we go into this conversation, Michael Jordan doesn't be better than LeBron, nor does it make him the GOAT. So they got to quit that. They got to find a way to make Michael Jordan the GOAT without mentioning LeBron. It's not our fault that we can talk about LeBron all day because y'all see the stats. Y'all see what he's doing now. We can still. That's why we have a show today, because what LeBron's been doing this past week in basketball. Jordan hadn't done shit in over 30 years in basketball. Nobody cares about Michael Jordan in the 1900s. That shit is over here in GOAT James Kingdom. We do not give a fuck about none of that shit. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna let DC get his word in, and then we'll let Kion get his word in, and we're gonna get up out of here. But y'all make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, check out the membership in GOAT James Kingdom, because we are the best when we talking with the GOAT debate. So, what you got for us, DC?
What's good, y'all, man? I'm from Chicago, man. I found y'all, man, just being a LeBron fan and stumbled upon y'all, man. I love this page, man. I'm from Chicago, so all I do is talk shit to Jordan fans about their lives, hold them accountable from their bullshit. But
I'm from Chicago too.
I'm born and raised on the South Side, Roseland, man, Morgan Park area. But I actually am a Jordan fan. I'm a Jordan fan. He's just not the GOAT, and that's okay. But if we're gonna talk basketball, let's talk basketball. Can we please stop with the Jordan fans? All this nonsense, man. Y'all don't even be watching the game. And you're not even fans of the NBA. You're just anti-LeBron. Like, at this point, it's like you're stalking an ex. Like, let the shit go. It's okay, bro. The guy's better than him. He opened the door so LeBron could run through that motherfucker, and that's what he did. DC from Chicago, man. Love y'all and love what y'all do.
That was funny.
Keep it going,
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
y'all
you.
doing the Lord's work.
Hey, bro, I'm with the cordless, bro.
That was funny.
Good job, man. Good job, man. Shout out to you, man. DC, thank you. So, Kion, y'all know who Kion is. He's our Caribbean representative. You heard all this crazy stuff they talking, Kion. Go ahead and cook them, brother. Go ahead and get on the microphone. Let them know what you got to say.
So what's good? What's good? Good afternoon.
Peace and blessings. Blessings, brother.
But question, right? Question. When we start basketball, all of us start to rebound, pass, shoot, and everything, right? I know anybody who, even if you never play a basketball game, you know how to shoot a basketball. So we're talking about a man is not a shooter. What do you mean shooter? What is shooting? Anybody could shoot the ball, but is the percentage what you're landing the ball? What the hell you talking about shooting? Well, LeBron is not a shooter. This sure we see all commercial from the 90s and there was none of them Jordan was shooting the ball. So what you talking about shooting? Where was Jordan shooting the ball in a commercial? He was only dunking. There was no shooting in the commercial, only dunking. So what are you talking about Jordan as a shooter? Jordan, you got to realize, right? It's easy to beat up on weak teams in the season when you're playing, but when a teams zero on you in the playoff, well, we're gonna find out how good of a shooter you really is. That's why you see Jordan numbers just drop in the playoff. Is until now, the NBA changed for Mr. Jordan and the referees start blowing those whistles like every call. That's why now Jordan start to look good. His shooting percentage start to look good because Jordan is not a real shooter for real. Jordan cannot shoot no ball for real. That's why Jordan used to drive in and dunk normally. Jordan is not no shooter. That's why enough time, if you check, when he used to go left, they used to call a lot of fouls for him when he go left. Because he really cannot go left. If you check all the tapes good, when he go left, they call a lot of fouls for him. Because he always missed. Always miss from that side, but right side, yeah, right side they give him he have it good, but the left side, no. Anytime he on the left side, he have a problem over there, then give him a lot of foul calls. It's just like Kobe too, because in Kobe last finals, he shoot more free throws than he have points. He had more free throws than he had points. Jordan had the same thing too. When Jordan playing, he used to get 10 free throws per game. So we expect he must score 40 in 30 points. But he was missing a lot of shots. He was missing a lot of shots, but getting a lot of free throws at the same point because that is what people want to see entertainment. Jordan was very entertainment for them. That's why in the dunk contest versus Dominic Wilson, when Jordan jump and put up his foot and you know hear them talk about his how he contort his body. You know, hear the people them talking about his how he's contort his body because all of a sudden everything what Jordan do change everything now. So screw everybody because remember you know before Jordan even win a ring, they even go to Magic Johnson and ask Magic Johnson if Jordan is the best player in the NBA. And this man never win. You know, if Jordan is the greatest player to ever play the game, and Jordan not even got one ring. They ask a man with 5 rings if Jordan is the greatest player to ever play the NBA in the NBA, but he ain't got no ring. How is that? But it's okay. It's bad when LeBron fans celebrate player. No, he's crazy. Who is them to celebrate LeBron? He's crazy for celebrating LeBron. What? But so you could celebrate Jordan. You could celebrate Jordan, no problem. Jordan is the greatest, no problem. But as me I try to tell you already, most of them grow up on cartoons in the 90s. So what you act, what you I don't want to know what you keep on asking people because they grew up on cartoons. What you gonna ask people who grew up on cartoon about Jordan in the 80s? They didn't know nothing about Jordan in the 80s. It's until internet come out. That's how they know everything about Jordan because the media now could fill their brain with what Jordan do back then, but they never tell you nothing about Jordan failures because Jordan failures don't count. Nothing but anything you tell them about Jordan in him fail, they say, oh, he was young, he was this, he was just a baby. What? So that big 22-year-old man coming to the NBA is a baby still. Okay then, baby. So that's why they actually put Jordan. That's why they actually now put Jordan talk about prime when he start to win because there was no such thing as prime before Jordan, you know. But as soon as he start in his 30s or prime, he start winning his prime. When other players was winning before prime, you know. But because Jordan start winning his prime, then talk about is when they reach them prime. But yes, still they just kill other players before they reach their prime. So which one is it? It's prime. Is you can't start winning a prime or you have to win before your prime. Which one of them is it?
The fuck are you talking about?
Nah, he is dropping knowledge. Shout out to you, Kyan. Hey, Travis, you don't understand. You, Travis, Travis, when was the last time you heard anybody from the Caribbean since you over there in Washington? Ain't nobody from Washington. Ain't no Jamaican, ain't no Haitian, ain't nobody from the Caribbean showing up all the way up there. That's why you couldn't understand the man talk. The man was dropping knowledge. He was telling you again, you were watching cartoons in the 80s. You were not watching Michael Jordan. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That you was watching cartoons, you wasn't watching Michael Jordan. Shout out to
Travis,
you, Kyan. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Kyan.
Cartoons and
I was watching Transformers. We got Chippendales, Darkwing Duck.
Crazy. Well, anyways, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We do this every Sunday noon Eastern time where we talk about the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James. Today's whole show was about LeBron James and why he has already proven himself to be the GOAT of basketball long ago, and all he's doing is proving it today. But ladies and gentlemen, I saw y'all in the comments. Y'all were all upset talking about, hey, Johnny need to calm down. Hey, Johnny this. Hey, Johnny that. Well, guess what? Tonight is y'all chance. If you guys really want to see a debate and somebody that's supposedly going to shut me down, then y'all need to show up on the Miami Heat Zone channel. Shout out to you, Martell, for doing what you're doing best. Tonight, we're going to be having a debate between Ticket and I, LeBron James versus Jordan. Now, this will be a recorded program from my understanding, so if you want to actually be a part of watching the show tonight, because we will air it tonight as well on GOAT James Kingdom for our members only, so you got to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. You guys, all you got to do is go to our page on a desktop and hit that join tab, and what you'll see are different perks to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom channel. It only costs $4.99 to support what Brandon and I do here every Sunday, and also you guys know we do shows on Friday nights, and we also have special perks for all of you guys when we have different things, when we're talking about making actual videos and posters and reels and graphs for you guys. We even got all kind of things for you guys when we talk about contests. So just go ahead and join the GOAT James Kingdom membership, because Brandon and I do it like none other. We do this every Sunday noon Eastern time, where we talk the game of basketball. We don't run from nobody. We call anybody out. We got the greatest criteria of all time. and showed who the greatest players of all time are. And at the end of the day, LeBron James will always continually be the greatest player of basketball without any question. There's no reason to question anymore. You guys have nothing but narratives, false lies, nothing that makes basically LeBron James not the GOAT of basketball. All it does is shows that you know more about LeBron James than anybody else. But ladies and gentlemen, like we told you, this is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We don't talk no nonsense. We don't talk no bullshit. If you want to hit the link, you can always hit the link every Sunday noon Eastern time. But you must remember, if you hit that link, there is a danger and there is a warning.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch! Yeah!
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Peace and blessings. Enjoy your Sunday. If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Cupcake, you talking that goofy shit. We talking Bron, nigga. 66,000 minutes, nigga. Respect, Lord. Nigga 38 doing it. Fuck is you talking about?
Those guys aren't greater than Bron.
Niggas cupcakes when they come to Bron. I'm talking about cupcakes.
I'm saying top 5 today.
Nigga, I'm talking about today.
We're not talking about body of work.
Fuck is you talking about then? Cupcake? Fuck you talking about? Motherfucking B had 15 points in a game 7.
Al Horford.
Want to hear that shit? Get the fuck out of here. Bron, nigga. I ain't putting none of them niggas in front of Bron. Nah, I'm calling it a spade a spade. This is straight spades. Spade. Fuck is you talking about?